wanna cry. Wanna cry.
The third round of the 2022 Outlaws Sim Series season has us California dreaming. We take to the virtual SoCal Superhighway with NASCAR's next generation Cup vehicles for 122 laps around the 2-mile, fast, wide, and flat D-shaped oval that's coming up next on Pit Stop TV. Good evening all, and welcome to the virtual Fontana, California. Devin Zimmerman alongside me on the mic this evening. Ed Scher is going to be rocking our social media coverage tonight. Devin, this is our first intermediate oval of the season. We've seen the challenges that the professionals faced on Sunday. We've experienced how difficult it is to drive these cars around this track. So just what in the world are these drivers going to have to do just to survive tonight?
Yeah, Emerson, these guys are really going to have to drive the car. They're going to have to get up on the wheel. They're going to have to hit all of their marks perfectly. Any overcorrection, any mistiming of the wheel jerk, or hitting a wrong bump, or even getting on just the sealer there in the middle of the lanes can upset the car balance and send you flying. We saw that on Sunday. The guys hit kind of that lane middle. It's like a black stripe. That is the sealant between the lanes. And as soon as those cars hit that line or hit that sealant, it just sent the car around. I expect we'll see similar situations tonight, so hopefully these guys can navigate it. Having run this track on the sim, I can tell you that it is very perilous and it's very easy to lose the rear end of the car, especially off of turn 2 and 4, as that seems to be where it is the loosest, where the back end wants to step out. But we'll look at the track map there. You can see it's relatively symmetrical, 11 degrees of banking as they come down that tri-oval front stretch there. And then 14 degrees of banking in turns 1 and 2, 3 degrees down the backstretch, and then 14 degrees again in 3 and 4. The track is very symmetrical. It's very wide. You can fit 5 cars wide. I expect that we're going to see something like that on the broadcast tonight, especially on any restart. We'll see these guys get 3, 4, maybe 5 wide at some points on these restarts, just trying to make up all they can as early as they can. Another issue is you can run any lane here, so we should see a lot of great battles. You can run the middle, the inside, the outside. It just depends on where you want your car and where it works best.
Absolutely. We look at the lap times there on the left-hand side. The Cup lap time qualifying record, 38.147. I'm going to tell you right now, we're running about 2 seconds slow, almost 2.5 seconds slower off that lap time. So we're not expecting those kinds of speeds around here. But these cars, with the reduction in downforce on the rear end, plus, just throwing in a rear diffuser just to spice things up, it really makes these cars difficult to drive. I've heard a lot about tight on entry, loose on exit, and these cars have 675 horsepower, 670 horsepower for the first time ever in Cup Series competition. We're going to experience 675 horsepower on an oval, a whole different horsepower package. These cars, they perform very differently than the Generation 6 NASCAR Cup vehicle in dirty air. The raceability of these things is a big question mark, and that's a lot that we still have to find out. We're going to find out a lot tonight as we watch these drivers, again, encounter their first intermediate type oval on the Outlaws Sim Series season, Devin, with these next-gen vehicles. Should be a grand old time. And these things, they are so difficult. You don't want to get too low in these corners, or you'll be really losing all the grip there on the exit. Like you said, you want to make sure you avoid those seams at certain, choke points when your car is sliding up or down the racetrack. This is a difficult little track, a difficult challenge for the first intermediate oval of the season. But with that being said, it's a challenge of its own to see which drivers are going to be keeping their noses clean here at the front of the point standings. We look at it, Jonathan Jennings with the great run at Canadian Tire to back up, his pole position at Daytona, top of the point standings with 90 points. Jeremiah Stutzman is 9 points back there in second. Fitzpatrick 10 back in third, tied with Andrew Pratt, and fourth, Adrian Schumacher with the dominating win last week comes home fifth. He's fifth in points with 14. Back to Jonathan Jennings. So is James Gilliard. Doug Solms in seventh at a phenomenal run at Canadian Tire. Great run for our own Ontario driver, Doug Solms. Tyler Marco in 8th. They're also 16 back at Jonathan Jennings. Max Service 9th, 17 back, and Randall Barnett is 10th, 18 points back.
Yeah, exactly. Then we hit Kevin Thompson there in the 11th position, 19 points back. Scott Bailey sitting in 12th, 24 points back. Then we have Jake Reeds there in the 22 car. He's sitting in 13th, 28 points back. Devin Smith in the 95. He's in 14th, 31 points back. And tied with him is the 88 of Joseph Causey. Ran into trouble last week from the lead at Canadian Tire. And then one of those other Performance Sim Sports guys, Rob Pendleton there is... he's sitting there in the 16th position, 39 points back. Brad Bothwell, who we like to see start up that qualifying form. We haven't seen it yet, but there's still plenty of time in the season for him to get back there. He's sitting at 17th, 40 points back. Joshua Linfox has the win at Daytona, an 18th there, but he, again, is a part-timer. Not expected to be here tonight, so we might see him drop a few more spots. Matthew Setzer in 19th with 43 points back, and the league owner, Adam Gardner, there sitting 43 points back in 20th. And Emerson, a couple of the games that we don't see there that are big-time names, our last two champions.
Yeah, it's something else. You look back to last week, and you did not see our two champions here in the Outlaws Sim Series. Seth Berger, who won the Season 1 championship, Greg Holt won the Season 2 championship, both missed last week's race at Canadian Tire Motorsport Park. That being said, Greg Holt is 28th in points. Seth Berger is 34th. I don't think anyone on their bingo cards had those two drivers that far down in the points as we hit the third round of the season, just after they went toe-to-toe for a championship a few months ago. But of course, they're great drivers, and you look at the practice charts, and now Greg Holt is top of the practice charts, and Seth Berger is 4th. We expect nothing but the best from them as they try to claw their way back into the playoffs, playoff positioning, which, by the way, has also updated. I've gotten confirmation earlier this week that, Devin, we will have a 16-driver playoff this season, every season moving forward, just because of the increase in car count. Most weeks, we should really have a consistent core group of drivers, and 16 will just allow more drivers to get in on the fun, give more drivers more of a reason to really tough it out there in the towards the end of the regular season and into the playoffs. So 16 driver playoffs, great news. It's going to add just more. It's going to stack the playoffs even more with some amazing drivers.
Yeah, you're right. I mean, we get 16 of these great drivers all together, just like they do in real life. We'll have the round of 16 and then narrow it down from there in each stage. And man, it's such a tough schedule, but it's a fun schedule that we have coming up for you. I mean, it started off with Daytona. I mean, of course, every season in NASCAR racing, it has to start with Daytona. We start there. Joshua Fox got the win. Canadian Tire, we saw last week, Schumacher gets the win there. And tonight we're at Auto Club. Then we're going to hit the Nashville Fairgrounds, a short track, our first short track of the season. So we're going to go from the 2-mile oval here at Auto Club to a little short track in Nashville Fairgrounds. Then we hit Atlanta. It's going to be the old configuration of Atlanta, and that should be fun to watch. Of course, then we go to Indianapolis, and we did the Brickyard underway. It's the 6th race of the season. Then we're going to hit Chicagoland in the 7th. Iowa, it will be an 8th race of the season. Then we go back to Talladega for another super speedway race. Then we'll be on dirt. We're going to get these cars first time on dirt. The 10th race of the season there in Bristol. Then we hit the bumps at Rockingham. And then we head to our second road course of the season in Watkins Glen.
Yeah, and then the meat and potatoes of this regular season, this is really going to be the stretch of races that sets you up to see if you're going to be within that top 16 or have a chance at that top 16 in the final 2 races. But this meat and potatoes part of the schedule, we go from the short tracks at Martinsville and Indianapolis Raceway Park to the 1.5 mile at Texas, the iRacing Super Speedway, to the Magic Mile at New Hampshire, the 2-mile D-shaped oval at Michigan, the dirt track, the 1/2-mile dirt oval at Eldora, the 2.5-mile Super Speedway Daytona, the 2.5-mile road course in Southern California. Actually, I believe it's 2.4 miles. The 2.5-mile Super Speedway at Pocono. That's not a wide open racetrack. You have the mile flat short track at Phoenix and the 1.5 mile at Charlotte. This is a diverse middle part of the schedule that sets yourself up for the final 2 races of the regular season into the playoffs, Evan.
Exactly, and then we're going to go into Bristol again. This time we're going to be on the asphalt. Should be fun. Then we hit Nashville Super Speedway That real awkward 1.3 repeating, of course. Mile track there in Nashville Super Speedway. That should be real fun. Looks like the brake package there would have to be updated from what we saw the NASCAR guys race last season. But it should be a fun race. Then we're going to hit the Daytona Road Course as the first round of the playoffs. Milwaukee in a flat mile track there in Wisconsin. And then we head to another Roval Road Course in the Charlotte Roval. Then we're going to hit a short track USA International down there in Florida. And then we're going to hit Talladega in the middle of round 2, Emerson.
Yeah, absolutely. And then we round out that the rest of the playoffs. Darlington closes out that round. Homestead, Atlanta, North Wilkesboro. The round that sets itself up for the championship finale with 4 drivers who will have a chance to do battle at the Richmond Raceway. Again, a diverse schedule, a enduring schedule. 3 off weeks. The first off week is actually after this race. It'll be a 2-week break until we get to Nashville. 2 weeks worth of days, 14 days, until we head back to Outlaws competition at Nashville Fairgrounds. That's Nashville Fairgrounds. And yeah, only 3 off weeks, which, I mean, depending on what you look at it, it's a lot, but 3 off weeks, 36 races will end right before Thanksgiving. We're going to be racing a lot this season, Devin, and a lot of different tracks, and I can't wait to see just the Caliber drivers get better as the season goes on, as they learn the cars, they get used to different tracks, and they have to race better competition. Jonathan Jennings, you see there, has gone top of the charts. With that being said, we're going to go ahead and get right on into things. You know, we have practice underway, 10 minutes left here in practice. I do want to go ahead. There is a driver who's a driver racing with a, I guess it would be a heavy heart. And I'd like to get kind of their perspective on things if possible. Trying to see. Do we have... Yes, we do. Okay. We will get this driver here, but Farron Elam Jr., he's driving his spotter and his girlfriend. They lost a friend of theirs today, and Farron's going to be sporting some remembrance to that person on his car. We'll go ahead and talk to him right now. Farron, again, racing with a heavy heart coming into tonight's race. Tough little track to add on to that, but it's been an enduring week for you. How are you feeling? And kind of tell us about what you got on your car for tonight, man.
Yeah, man, we're all kind of, and it's more time removed than what we normally do on a race day. It's tough getting news right before a race that you have someone that was so close to everybody that they went to school with, and just wanting to surprise them with having them on the car and having a memorial on the car for him, because I know how much he meant to him. Although I really only met him once or twice, if I really don't remember him that much, but it meant a lot to me to be able to give them some sort of memorial watch and kind of ease the heavy hearts for tonight, hopefully.
Right, and you'll be, of course, wanting to put on a great performance on that car. I'd imagine that's it right there on the hood. We'll try to get a better shot of that throughout the broadcast tonight, Farron. But what would it mean for you then to put this 98 up there towards the front? We know you've ran well here in the past.
Man, it would mean the world to me. Auto Club's really a track that I look forward to running. A lot, but tonight, more importantly, it's not necessarily about all. It's about my squad and obviously my friends that knew him really well, went to school with him, and everybody who's affected by it. I appreciate Raging Cajun Ranch for the short notice of being able to put them on the car, but it would mean the world to me tonight to be up front, even win tonight if we could. It would definitely be up there on my list of wins I've had.
And how amazing that would be, Farron. Now, let's get to a little bit of racing tonight. You said you look forward to this track. You ran pretty well back in Season 1 when you made your start here. These cars, whole different animal than what we've kind of been used to with these Cup cars, and way different than the trucks last season. What is the biggest challenge that's coming out of this new NASCAR Next Generation Cup car, and how are you tackling that?
I mean, from a helmet standpoint, man, just kind of the snap and loose off the corner. For me, uh, for me, it's finding speed. Right now, I feel like we don't have a ton of speed in the 98, but the handling's just such a good thing to get a grip on. It's so much different than, like you said, the trucks last season and the Xfinity cars in season one. I feel like if we can get a grip on the loose off, we'll be okay. I think tonight's challenge for everybody in the field is going to be keeping it under them. Especially on cold tires, these folks really don't like the headset. We've tightened up the setup as much as we could to still have enough turn to not get ran over in the corner. I still feel like we ain't got enough, but they're gonna stop me from training. It's just a learning curve, man. Just like it was with the trucks for me and everybody. We'll get a good part eventually, but tonight, like I said, we're just out here to hopefully win some works. Even if I don't run good, man, I just the chance that y'all gave me to get the part on the broadcast and give them a chance to see the memorial because they didn't know about this. So I do appreciate you guys for letting me have this time to kind of broadcast some healing, hopefully.
Absolutely. However we could help, we'd want to do what we can. Uh, well, Farron, again, we're wishing you the best of luck, and of course, our condolences out to your spotter, your girlfriend, and you, of course. Best luck to you tonight. If you'd like to give any more shout outs or thank anyone, the floor is yours.
Man, just everybody who's involved with the team from the spotter all the way to everybody, all my friends that just encourage me and keep me going. Obviously, Raging Cajun Laps and Designs, Reaper Speed Labs, all the guys who've returned from last year for Dark Horse Racing. And y'all guys for putting on a good show. You and Adam and the broadcast team all do a great job, and without y'all, it wouldn't be possible. So we appreciate y'all.
Absolutely. Driver of the number 98, Theron Elam Jr. Racing with a heavy heart, racing with a purpose. Thank you, Theron. Best luck to you, driver. Driver of the number 98, Theron Elam Jr. Devin. Wow. This year in life, it is really been hitting people hard. But it's great to see gestures like that from Theron to kind of run, that kind of remembrance on the front of his car, and to kind of show that off here with the Outlaws Sim Series.
Yeah, anytime you lose anybody, it's definitely disheartening, and just mustering up the the will and the courage to get out here and race. After that, it can be somewhat of a clear, a clearing moment. Clear your head, do what you're good at, do what you love. But it doesn't take away the pain of loss. But any escape like that can help, and the fact that you're honoring your friend in a moment like this is all the more encouraging. And just like we had earlier in the season, we have another heartbreaking story tonight. So wish Farron the best of luck and in his endeavors going forward, especially this season. And all of those watching, I know y'all have all heavy hearts, and yeah, we hope to see that 98 make you all proud.
A driver that showed a lot of speed at Daytona, led laps, had his little, didn't have the greatest of runs at Canadian Tire, but looking to bounce back from that. Driver number 05, Rob Pendleton. Devin, kind of heading your way.
Yeah, we're gonna bring up Rob Pendleton here. Rob, do you got a copy? This is Devin in the booth.
Hey, dude, how's it going?
Hey, how's it going? We just wanted to pick your brain. We haven't really got a chance to talk to you yet this season, and wanted to pick your brain with how you think the season's starting off for you. You had, what looked to be a good run at Daytona, and ended up not not unfolding the way you wanted it to. But as the season goes on, it looks like maybe that '05 can get a little stronger. Kind of walk us through your take on the beginning part of the season and what your your goals and aspirations are moving forward.
Yeah, the we were a little disappointment at Daytona. I mean, we were definitely strong, but for goals and stuff like that, I'm not going to be able to make the whole season since I am retiring, moving to the Caribbean on a sailboat. So
Oh wow. I mean, I don't see a bad point in that. So, I mean, if you have to miss races, that's the way to miss them, I suppose.
yeah, I mean, I'll make as many as I can, but I know I'm not going to be able to do the whole season. So
Well, we definitely look for that '05 to, be up front and show a lot of speed whenever you are here, as long as you are here. And as far as the track tonight, we know that this car is very difficult to handle. You really have to drive the car, which is amazing to see. It really shows off the driver talents. But what is your view on it tonight with the car and how it's handling and how the track feels?
for me, the car's almost on a rail. It seems like my issue is just other people running into me.
Yeah, that can happen here with the wideness of the track. Sometimes you overestimate how much room you have because there's so much out there. We know the restarts here are hectic and crazy. You can go 4, 3, 5, maybe 6 wide at some points. Are you expecting something like that maybe on the original start and any other restarts tonight?
I'm not expecting it, but it's probably going to happen. And like I said, just hope that we're not caught up in it.
Yeah, of course. But yeah, we'll let you get back to it here. We got about 40 seconds left in practice, and I know qualifying's coming up soon. But before we let you go and get back to what it is you do best, we'll give you the floor here to shout out whoever you got to shout out. Thank whoever you have to thank.
Yeah, thank all my viewers over at Rob Pendleton Racing on Facebook and my teammates and on you guys in the league.
Well, we appreciate it. We'll go ahead and drop you back down. Good luck the rest of the way. Maybe we'll be talking to you later on. But yeah, that's Rob Pendleton there in the '05. And man, he's got a little bit of work to do, Emerson, to climb back up the board. But we know that '05 has been fast, pretty much anywhere he goes. We're just looking to see it during the race.
Absolutely, and plenty of time to do so as practice is going to come to a close. And the session is ticking over right now. Then we're going to get right into Pratt, Tayo, and Stone Pole Award qualifying. And he had a 2-mile flat D-shaped track. We're well into the nighttime here. I don't expect many drivers to wait the entire time limit. I don't know if there's going to be much time change, but one driver. Oh, I was going to say one driver I saw getting out there. He then pulled off the track. I'd imagine potential speeding on pit road violation there. It happens. We'll catch up now with the 16 of Eric Peck working his way out onto the racetrack in that Jack Link's number 16 Chevrolet Camaro.
Yeah, we'll see what these guys do. Just from experience that I've had, it seems like that first lap is kind of a giveaway lap. You really don't. Oh, it looks like he clipped got above the white line getting off a pit road. So he's going to have to reset, try it again. That's max service right there. Yeah, we'll see what he can do on his first lap. But it seems like to me that first lap is a giveaway, and you really go for it on the second lap. It seems like the tires are really coming in. They get up to temperature, and you can really put down some good laps as we see Seth working the temperature in the tires down the front stretch there.
Yeah,
Oh,
Max.
sorry, that's
there.
Max.
Right. Max there. He had a little bit of an abysmal run last week at Canadian Tire. Had a few run-ins with the barrier. He didn't really anticipate. Trying to see if he can improve upon that. Now he gets back to the meat potatoes, the ovals. What we all know and love here in NASCAR. Somebody else who maybe isn't as, I guess, envious of coming back to the ovals is driver of number 82, Adrian Schumacher.
Yeah, we're seeing him in a Red Bull scheme this week. That looks like a good Red Bull scheme there in the '82 car. Back to was it the old 20 2011, 2012 rebuild scheme, kind of.
Yeah, 2011 was the last season of Red Bull Racing before it transitioned over to BK Racing. Casey Kane with that last win in Red Bull Racing, 2011 Phoenix.
Yeah, that's a good looking car right there. But yeah, like you said, he's more of the road course enthusiast for the season, and not really too strong on the ovals, trying to get better with every race. As we say that, he puts it on pole.
Well, how about it, Mr. Road Ringer? And maybe a little bit of this track, of how wide it is. You got to really nail the line through the corners, as you do most ovals, but you can get away with a slightly different line. Here, if you nail it, you can really gain that speed. Max Service goes top of the charts in his number 81. I want to catch up here with driver of the number 3, Greg Hull, who sat 28th in the point standings, but our defending series champion in his Lego number 3 Ford Mustang, trying to see what he can do.
Yeah, he's trying to get back up there. Not able to pit Max Service right now. So we see Farron Elam going to second place in the 98. And then Schumacher back to the top of the board there. Like, these guys are really fighting it out here. Very close times between everybody for pole position. I'm not sure we've seen a closer time difference, except for maybe at like a super speedway. But as far as that intermediate track, these guys are all very close together so far.
Seth Berger now puts it third quickest to make it a Swift Racing 1-2-3 for the time being. Trying to see what he can do on that high side.
Yeah, it's interesting. I would have thought that you would take the low line around to get the best time, but it seems like these cars are kind of geared up to run that high lane. Oops, that's going to dive it down here in 3 and 4, though. Try to get as low as he can right down into that first lane, not quite to the bottom. It is slippery down there. Gets right back up to the wall, dives it back down off of the turn 4 and hits the line. Top of the board.
How about it? Top of the charts. 77 Seth Berger. That's a way to bounce back from 34th in the points standings. But we're not done. Not even halfway through this qualifying session yet. We still have more drivers to come. How about the 88 of Joseph Kiazi? Sideways there in 3. That might hurt his lap time.
Yeah, I'm not sure how many laps Joseph has completed, but yeah, that bobble there in 4 really going to hurt the time, as we see. I don't even think he got in the top 10 because of that bobble, and you can see how much time he lost there. But he's going to try it again. He's got a couple more laps, get it back low through 1 and 2, lets it slide off the turns, going down the backstretch.
This is intriguing. I'm a fan of the complete nighttime environment we have here at Auto Club. The lighting, maybe not too well here for a nighttime track here in iRacing, but I'm loving the nighttime environment for these drivers to undergo. How about Kevin Thompson, who just put it up second on the charts? Joseph Kiazi comes across the line. He'll slap that 88 up to 12 quickest. Maybe this third lap will be what it'll do for Joseph Kiazi, but a huge shout out to Kevin Thompson.
Yeah, running the Mobile One scheme, a throwback there to the old Penske, I believe. Yeah, Sam Hornish, Jeremy Mayfield comes to mind with that scheme. But man, what a lap there! And then Jennings comes out. We saw he was fast in practice. He lays another one down, goes to the top of the charts, just barely clearing Seth Berger.
Jonathan Jennings looking to get yet another great starting position. Jonathan Jennings has probably got to have one of the best average starts in the field if he can sit up there and hold that time. How about Jeremiah Stutzman? We normally see him in the Pennzoil number 22, the model after Joey Logano's paint scheme. Tonight, it's the AAA Insurance blue, white, and red Joey Logano base paint scheme, just as he runs at California and Texas, the AAA cars. So, replicating the Logano paint scheme outfit this season is what it seems like with Stutzman. Jeremiah Stutzman, that time crossed the line. Might have been his throwaway lap. It'll be 17th.
Yeah, I have to say this is probably one of my least favorite Penske schemes, if it's just my personal opinion. I'm not a big fan of how they did the AAA logo, but there's not much you could do with it, I suppose. It's kind of a hard logo to get in above the back wheel base there. It's kind of doing the best with what they had. But anyway, Jeremiah Stutzman, if anybody's going to do it proud, it would be this guy, the king, the master of the strategy calls. He won a race
Oh, he
here.
cut
I
the
think he clipped the wall.
wall.
He clips the wall off of 4, so that lap's gone, and then his other lap's going to hurt because of that 2. I'm not sure he's
Oh,
going to
no, he
make up.
got it. 10th quickest that lap.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
So
he's going to send it
maybe
on
they
in
count
there.
it.
And you know
Well,
what?
look at that.
I haven't even
But-
mentioned yet that Jeremiah Stutzman won this race in season 1 on fuel strategy. He was he was a top 5 car, but he was not a race winning car back in season 1. Back in that race, Jacob Zala, Greg Holt, Max Service, those 3 were really the class of the field, and Jeremiah Stutzman just kind of came out of nowhere and swooped that race victory away from those 3 drivers.
Yeah, just kind of out of nowhere, like you said, he was hanging around the top 5, but definitely not a race-winning car, and just pulled the fuel strategy out to get the race win. I fully expect we're going to see something out of him, possibly very similar to that tonight. Yeah, if there's anybody who could do an interesting, very good fuel strategy, it is him. As we ride along with Jacob Reeves, and he bobbles off of 4.
These cars are oh so difficult. Again, with the lack of downforce on the rear spoiler and the added horsepower, these things are a handful. That is Jacob Reeves' final lap time. It'll put him 17th quickest out of 27 times. Nobody else has taken to the track just yet. We still have about 90 seconds out here. And at this point, I believe Jacob Reeves is just getting some extra practice. And there he goes. He's going to go ahead and slow it down off of the corner. Well, if we look forward here on the channel here at Pit Stop TV, the upcoming broadcast, we look at this Sunday night. The Spirit Class Auto Racing Series takes their GT1 series. They're keeping it within California. They're going from Laguna Seca to Sonoma. Devin, you had the pleasure of calling this past Sunday's race. How was it your first time calling the Spirit Class Auto Racing Series GT1 race?
It was an entertaining show, to say the least. I mean, the field size isn't the biggest, but these guys are entertaining. They drive the GT1 car, which is a very difficult car to drive around these road courses, and they handled Laguna Seca masterfully. Man, it was such a good race from start to finish. A lot of action around all of the track for pretty much every position, and fully expect their finale at Sonoma to be nothing short of amazing. So be sure to tune in that as that'll close out kind of our California swing as the North American Racing League's going to kind of get us out of the U.S. altogether.
Well, it will. But what this graphic doesn't tell you is the Spirit Class Auto Racing Series season finale Sunday night at Sonoma. That's going to be the last race that we have on Pit Stop TV for about 9 or 10 days. We're taking next week off, as most series are, because it is the iRacing build week, the iRacing update week, and iRacing does tend to have some issues that happen with the lobbies those Tuesdays and Wednesdays that the updates just happen to happen. And so most leagues are taking the precautionary measures and just kind of going ahead and calling next week an off week. Give the drivers a chance to rest. North American Racing, they'll be back in action at the Hungaroring the following Tuesday, and we'll be back in action about 14 days' time at the National Fairgrounds. But Devin, qualifying has come to a close, so that means that the 91 of Jonathan Jennings has gone ahead and claimed the pole position.
That's right. For the second time this season, Jonathan Jennings claims the Pratt Tile and Stone Pole Award. Congratulations to Jonathan Jennings. He got it done at Daytona. He gets it done here at Auto Club Speedway in California. I mean, this is shaping up to be something similar to what we saw last season with Brad Bothwell starting to claim and get on a run of getting poles. And I mean, Jonathan Jennings really showing up here in qualifying lately. Congratulations to him on winning the Pratt Tile & Stone Pole Award. Pratt Tile & Stone, serving Central Vermont since 2005.
Who's outside will be driver of the number 77, Seth Berger. Row number 2 will be the 21 of Kevin Thompson, the 81 of Max Service. Row number 3, it'll be the 11 of Scott Bailey, the 00 of Ronnie Joyner. Row number 4, the 42 of Tyler Markle, the 3 of Greg Holt. And back to row number 5, it'll be the 82 of Adrian Schumacher and the 71 of Jeremiah Stutzman.
Yep, and then row number 6, we're going to see Andrew St. Coeur, and to his outside, the 98 of Farron Elam Jr., the sentimental favorite for tonight. Then in the next row, row number 7, we're going to see Andrew Pratt in the 75 machine. To his outside, Joseph Causey, who we're used to seeing a little bit further up, but he will make his way through the field. I can pretty much assure that. Doug Solms going to be right behind him in the 67. Some great form out of that 67 machine lately. I fully expect to see that continue. And to his outside, Nathan Aldrich in the 14. And then we're going to hit row number 9, Jacob Reeves. He has the sentimental story as well, running that baby blue and baby boy blue and the baby girl pink car all season long in the 22 machine. And to his outside, I didn't get to see the name there. Jason Miz there in the 24. And then in the 10th row, we're going to have Randall Barnett in the 63 and Rob Pendleton in the 05.
I was trying to get you to go a little quicker, Devin, because we have a little bit of surprise here on the pace lap for these drivers. You saw the lights come on the safety vehicle. That normally does not happen here at the Outlaws Sim Series. We run the 1 pace lap, and that is it. We ran a couple pace laps at Daytona just to kind of spice things up. But here we go. We are going to do something quite special here for the Outlaws Sim Series at Auto Club. The rest of the starting grid will roll across the bottom of your screen. We're going to do a 4-wide salute here at Auto Club. All the space here at Auto Club just to go ahead and do that, and these drivers starting to get these things lined up and done properly.
Yeah, this is something they do at Auto Club. It's so wide here that it's easily done. And we see that 4th lane kind of coming in now. They're going to do the 4-wide salute. Man, it's so cool to see the 4-wide salute here for all the fans watching at home, all these virtual fans in the stands, of course. But, man, it is so cool to see this formation here.
How about it? My goodness. Look at that. Wow.
That's amazing just to see all the cars 4 wide, all down the front stretch here.
Some amazing coordination. Oh my goodness. My computer is not loving this.
All these cars right in the center of the screen all at one time. But I tell you what, it looks amazing. Hats off to the drivers here doing that. They're going to start to fall back in position now as they're going to get ready to go green the next time by.
Well, as they do that, we'll go ahead and look at the weather for tonight's race. 65 degrees the air temp, 65 degrees the track temp. It is ice cold in iRacing terms. That is the coldest you can set a track temp on iRacing. And look at the wind, Stephen. It is windy out here in SoCal. 17-mile-an-hour wind, 16 and dropping now out of the west. My goodness, a windy night.
Yeah, it looks like it's gusting winds, which that did upset the real-life NASCARs here. Whenever the winds did pick up and start to gust, it was kind of a crosswind around, like a tailwind on the backstretch, a headwind on the front stretch, but it was a crosswind in the turns, and it was really upsetting the balance of the cars. That's something to look out for here in the race, Emerson.
Well, here we go. The field of 18 and a half rows deep. 17 and a half rows deep of NASCAR Next Generation Cup vehicles. The iRacing.com safety vehicle will pull into the safety of pit lane, and we are racing from Fontana. Battle for the lead. It is Max Service trying to send it up the inside of Jonathan Jennings, trying to get clear to the top side. Jennings, he keeps the power down. He follows to the outside. Car is getting loose all the way to the apron back there. Stutzman and Greg Holt look like drivers who got in trouble there, but still side by side for the lead.
Yeah, Max Service needs to get clear here. He needs to get up in front of that car, that 91 machine. He wasn't able to do it in turn 4. He's going to look to do it here on a slide job in turn 1 and 2. And Seth Berger, his teammate, is able to clear as well.
Now we're looking at Jonathan Jennings. Can he power back up into this little group here? You see now Ronnie Joyner trying to challenge Kevin Thompson there for the 4th position as well. Oh, Max is loose right in front of Seth Berger. Now Seth Berger looks to take the lead under 3 wide for the race lead.
Yeah, Max is going to lose a lot of momentum down the front stretch there, as well as Seth, and that's going to hand the lead back to Jonathan Jennings. He's going to look to get clear of the 77 on exit. 77 trying to pin him down a bit, but Jennings will be clear and back to the lead for the 91.
Great stuff so far. And you see these drivers really have to wheel these things. Jonathan Jennings back to the point. Berger now trying not to be under attack from Kevin Thompson as Adrian Schumacher trying to get the high side roll in here. High side really worked for these drivers in the real life race. We'll see if that comes to fruition tonight with the much cooler temperatures. We got Max Service, Adrian Schumacher trying to work the high side and another fastest lap again. Now Joseph Causey with the fastest lap. Causey way down in 8th position. Actually, he's gained half his spots from where he started. He started about 16th. They're 3 wide back there. Marco Joyner and Schumacher. Schumacher in the fence.
Yeah, that's the issue with running that high line. You can get the fence if you just push it just a little too much. But the good news is you don't do a whole lot of damage because you're already right on it. So hopefully that 82 is just fine, just barely getting a scrape there. As we're seeing all kinds of cars wiggling around off of 4. There's a lot of loose race cars right now. And man, they're having to hold on for dear life, it seems.
Seth Berger going for the race lead once again. Farron Elam with the fastest lap. How about that?
Yeah, Farron Elam showing a lot of speed tonight in that 98 machine. He's up to 10th, but he's trying to move up there. You see him in the back end of this big, long trail of cars as Kevin Thompson dives down to the inside, looking for second position. He gets to the inside of Max Service.
Sideways, there's the 21. Somebody in the fence back there and trying to see who that was.
Tyler Markle.
Well, Tyler Markle also, he caught it later. Somebody else caught the fence hard.
Oh, big wreck.
Trying to see if we can go back and catch it. Wreck on the front straightaway. Adam Gardner involved. Another car comes to a stop back there. Oh, goodness gracious.
Yeah, they're trying to work it out right now. I'm listening to all the radio chatter. A lot of cars stopped on the racetrack, but we stay green. No caution has been thrown. Most of the cars stay to the inside.
I'll try to see here. I knew I heard something. Oh, we're going to catch it a little late there. I'm going to try to get this queued up for you again.
Yeah, I think it started with that one car that hit the fence. I'm not sure who that was originally. Maybe the 91?
Potentially. Trying to get back
Markle. That's Markle hitting the fence.
Oh, it was Farron Elam.
Farron.
Oh, big
no.
accident on the front straightaway. Greg Holt involved in that one. McMurtry almost up and over. Soames involved.
Oh,
goodness.
Doug Soames. Adam Gardner. Yeah, they're working it out on the radio now. I'm trying to listen into the chatter. It looks like Farron's car was kind of dead on the outside lane. They were trying to get the caution called. There was an issue with getting the caution called, so we stayed green for a little bit. Luckily, no other cars
Here's what
were
happened
involved.
with Farron Elam. He just got sideways. He was near the top 10, and he just, oh my goodness, hard into the outside wall. Nowhere for Devin Smith to go. Gardner, McMurtry, nowhere to go. Oh, goodness. Somebody else. Oh, my goodness.
Yeah, a lot of cars taken out right there. And Farron was moving through the pack too, setting the fastest lap. And yeah, just, oh man, he looks like he was trying to dive it off at the turn, and it just stepped out on him.
But we're going to go ahead and step aside real quick. We'll be right back with coverage here of the Outlaws Sim Series. Don't you go anywhere. All right, welcome back. I want to give y'all another better view of the incident, but we're having some technical difficulties there. Fair and Elam here. We get you a much wider shot so you can see kind of how all this unfolds. Watch drivers just kind of pile in with nowhere to go. Oh my goodness, that orange car. Big hit there across the grass. Adam Gardner on the front straightaway. Big Murchie, big hit. He's still going through grass. I believe that was Fitzpatrick who went through the grass. No, it was not. Anyway, we're going to go ahead and get right back up to the front as we're getting ready to go back to racing here.
Yeah, Kevin Thompson was also involved in that. Front end is very crinkled on his machine there, that 21.
The iRacing.com safe vehicle into the safety of pit lane. We are back to racing here from Fontana. Teammates at the front of the field, Seth Berger, Max Service doing battle, Joseph Causey, Ronnie Joyner trying to get up there and do battle as well. Causey started back in the 15th position all the way up to 3rd position now, looking and challenging for the race lead.
Yeah, he's pushing Seth Berger, trying to give him a run, push him out there in front of Max Service. Max is not going to be able to get past his teammate right now.
He wants to take it 3.
Right on the back.
He wants to take it 3. Max left him the room to do so, but he's going to go and push Seth Berger, and now dart to the inside.
The 88 Joseph Causey didn't take long, only 12 laps to go from 15th to 1st. He clears Seth Berger as they get into turn
sideways.
3. Can he maintain it? Can he maintain it?
You're going to hear that a lot tonight. Drivers getting sideways as they come off the corner. Seth Berger takes advantage of that. They're going to be side by side. Down to turn 1 once again. Tyler Markle told me not even an hour ago he was going to be at the back of this, back in the running order tonight. I'm like, I don't believe that. And sure enough, he's up here in the top 5.
Yeah, this almost looks like a super speedway race here. We got 2x2 for a few rows deep, running, trying to get in front of each other. That inside lane really gets the entrance into turns correctly, but off the turn, that outside lane is just so dominant, keeping the momentum up in these cars.
Actually, top lane will prevail over the course of a long run, but it's how quickly you can make use of that inside lane before it's making use of your tires. Into the inside dives Ronnie Joyner. Max Service looks like he's content. He's finally back in line, and Ronnie Joyner in a 0-0 to the race lead.
Yeah, Ronnie Joyner going to get a big push down the back straightaway from Joseph Causey. A big run off of turn 2, running the high lane. Joyner's going to dive it back to the inside. Causey's going to run the outside, but they're going to slide right back up in front of each other as they come off of 4. Max Service challenging for second.
I can't recall if Ronnie Joyner in his first 2 starts led laps here in the Outlaws Sim Series. But if that's not the case, then welcome to his first laps led in the Outlaws Sim Series at the 0-0. He sends it off in there into turn 1, all the way to the bottom side of the racetrack. Opens up such a large margin by corner exit. But here comes the straightaway, and here comes the horses of Joseph Causey.
What a dive into the turn from the 0-0. Pulled out quite a big lead, but that run off the outside from the 88 really gets him back to the back bumper of Ronnie Joyner. He cannot escape, and now Max Service and Tyler Markle look to the outside of Joseph Causey. Will they be able to get there? I don't think so before we get into turn 1.
No, they were not really close enough to really make a huge run at the 88. Looks like for the most part, everyone will gotta be content to file in line there. Ronnie Joyner leading this thing in about the top 12 in this lead pack. The leader of the second pack. This is a driver that is new to the Outlaws Sim Series, but not new to Pit Stop TV by any means. Driver of the number 96 back in North, but driver to 39 tonight. Zoltan Herzeg in that baby blue Chevrolet Camaro ZL1 as always. He's making his first Outlaws Sim Series start. He's known as the king of tire saving when it comes to these intermediate tracks. And he's back in the 13th position. He has not put his stake in the front pack early on in this race, but I would not be shocked to see him towards the front by the time this thing is over.
Yeah, this track eats tires up quite a bit. Depending on what lane you run, of course, and how hard you have to turn the steering wheel. So, yeah, I mean, if you're saving tires right now, before the end of the run, these guys in this front pack could really come back to you. And we still see Ronnie Joyner out front in that Tide machine, leading these guys around. He's moved up to the high line now. Tyler Markle looks to the inside of Joseph Causey for second. He's not going to be able to clear him as Causey will have the run off of 2.
All this happening behind the 0-0 of Ronnie Joyner. How about the 11 of Scott Bailey making a run at things here?
Scott Bailey has kept his car down on that low lane for most of the race. Seth Berger you see running about a half a lane up. And man, is Scott Bailey able to keep the momentum of his car up. Even though he's running the bottom, he stays right on the back of Seth Berger. Side drafts him down the straightaway. Now he's door to door with Seth Berger for 4th.
Gosh, I love the way these cars sound. And these cars, these drivers going at it. Tyler Markle tried. He had the position, but didn't clear up in time. Here comes Seth Berger.
That outside lane draft is so strong. If you can nail it right, and Seth Berger running that second lane, not all the way up by the wall, but that second lane, he's just able to keep the momentum up just a hair better than all these cars on the inside. As now, now Scott Bailey's going to lose a couple of positions as we see the 82 go by. We're looking on board now with Max Service. He had a bit of a slip earlier, fell back a few positions back to 9th. He has Jennings right in front of him. Jennings has fallen back 2 from his pole position, but these 2 guys are going to look to try and make it back through this pack as we see 2 by 2 right in front of them.
And Scott Bailey kind of the lone man out on the bottom side. Oh, sideways is both Max and Jennings we're on board with Max as that happened, and that is not looking good for Max if he continues to get loose on the long run. And what we haven't even mentioned, Devin, is Stage 1 will be scored at the completion of lap 25 tonight. Stage 2 scored at the completion of lap 55. So, stage points up for grabs in about 4 laps time, Devin. And these drivers starting to get antsy, especially everybody who's up here in the top 10.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of jostling for position now here in the top 10. Pretty much the top 10 is this front pack. And we see in the back of this pack a lot of guys trying to push to the front and try different lanes to make up positions. We see Joseph Causey dive to the inside. He's got to look to clear Joyner off of turn 4. Will he be able to do it? Not this time.
Side by side for the race lead advantage, 88 at the start finish though, and that would be the important point. In about 4 laps time at the end of lap 25, Joseph Causey's gonna dive it down on that bottom side. Joyner really commits that high side off of the corner, side by side once again.
Yeah, Causey really wanted to get up in front of Joyner that time. He's gonna have to duck back in front of Seth Berger. We see the closing speed that Seth Berger had on Joseph Causey. Causey still diving it into the inside, trying to get back to the bumper of Rob Joyner there. He's trying to get there, side draft him a little bit down the straightaway. Will he be able to clear him this time? And two, Seth Berger's going to help him.
Seth Berger to the back end of the 88. Causey clears up before he even enters the corner. Now Berger trying to see if he can secure the next spot up. Trying to clear up. He's going to be side by side for the lead, but that might hurt him in terms of second.
Yeah, we saw what Causey did to maintain the position. He really had to side draft that 00 to get the position away from him. Seth Berger's going to have to do the same thing if he wants to clear. This time, though, he dives it into 3 and 4. He's going to try and clear up off of 4.
Look who's making a charge at it. The driver of the number 91, Jonathan Jennings, back into the mix. 3 laps to go. 2 laps to go in stage number 1. Near contact between Bailey and Jennings.
There is some amazing racing here going on in this front pack. Pretty much the entire top 10. I believe it's the top 9. Maybe the top 8 that are right here in this front pack. Then we see a little 4-car breakaway back there. Tyler Marco leading that one in 9th. But man, these front 8 cars are putting on a show right now for this stage win.
Everybody fighting desperately for stage points that'll be up for grabs in 2 more miles. Joseph Causey leads at the line. Will he lead back around? Seth Berger and Joseph Causey go toe-to-toe for stage points here at the end of stage number 1.
Seth Berger looks at that low line. He's not able to clear him this time. And here comes the 11 of Scott Bailey. Scott Bailey to the inside of Seth Berger. He's going to be there when they get to 3 and 4. That's going to hinder Seth Berger's chance here. He runs a little bit of a higher line. Joseph Causey runs in the middle of bobble by the 77.
Seth slides. Now he's going to be trying to put damage control, but to the start-finish line, Joseph Causey will win stage 1. Scott Bailey second. It looks like it was a fight for third. Kevin Thompson might have gotten it. We'll get confirmation from race controller Joshua Balliette here in a few moments' time. The top 10 is all past the start-finish line, and now it's very little. But Zoltan Herzeg is starting to creep up closer and closer to that top 10.
Yeah, he's pulled away from that pack that he was running with there, that we saw him kind of guys were trying to pass him and just not able to clear it, but now he is moving to the front. That tire saving mode really coming into play as all of these cars in front of him were really battling so hard. I'm sure they ate their tires up quite a bit, and he should be able to catch these guys up pretty easily in the second half of this run.
Scott Bailey had a challenge for the lead, was trying to challenge for the lead, could not get there by the start finish. He's still going at it. Seth Berger files back to third. Kevin Thompson, Max Service, the top 5. Schumacher, Joyner, and Jennings, the rest of the lead pack. Tyler Marco, Andrew St. Cure, the rest of the top 10. I guess I just went through that, but I will go ahead and confirm the stage results. We do not have the confirmation just yet on stage results. Here comes Scott Bailey trying to get that run. Causey breaking the slipstream down the front straightaway.
Yeah, but what that does is leave the door open for the push from Seth Berger to Scott Bailey. Scott Bailey out to the lead with a huge push from the 77.
But he overstepped it a little bit. Causey comes back up the middle. Here comes Thompson down low, 3 wide.
3 wide, but it looks like that outside lane will prevail. And Seth Berger's going to push Scott Bailey even further out front. Now Seth Berger's going to try to dive to the inside to take the position away from Bailey.
Fantastic stuff early on here at the Auto Club Speedway. The early grade of this race car. An A, a W, an E, an S, an O, an M, and an E. Awesomeness. What we get to watch. This is some fantastic racing, unintentional pack racing, just because of the caliber of drivers up here. But these drivers are slipping and sliding, but still able to do what they can and put the power down and do something about the car in front of them. Great, great stuff. Jennings now peeks to the inside of Seth Berger. Up high, it's now Max Service. Adrian Schumacher trying to work that high line. To no avail. Causey sideways. Thompson trying to take the third position from Berger.
There's just so much action here in this front pack. So many moves being made. We expected a lot of moves to be made, say, the first 5-6 laps, and then maybe these guys would kind of settle down, and we'd start to see the fast guys pull away and stuff like that. But that has not happened. This track, this car, has made for amazing racing here at the 2 Mile Oval in Fontana.
This is great, great stuff. And I hope the rumors are true that they're going to put that short track project on hold, because this is a phenomenal facility we've got with these amazing race cars. Here comes Schumacher making a dive at it. Don't forget how good of a tire saver the 82 of Adrian Schumacher is, and how this 82 car always loved to start at the back of the pack and finish on the podium almost every week. This 82 of Adrian Schumacher, I wouldn't count him out just because he's not showing muscle early.
Yeah, Schumacher's kind of been hanging back at the back end of this pack.
Somebody's
We
going
see somebody
around.
lose. He's going to save it.
I believe
I'm
that
not
was
sure
a
who
lapper.
that was.
No, that's a 24, Jason Miz.
Jason Miz, a big save there off of 2. And we've seen it time and time again. These guys feeling the same difficulties with the car that the real-life NASCAR guys felt on Sunday. Just the car wanting to step out at weird times. And again, you can see right in the middle of all those lanes, there's that black lines that go around the track that is sealant around these, that keeps the track together. If you catch it just wrong, it can upset the balance of the car and just send you around without any warning.
Lap traffic. Now, the next task for this lead pack. Scott Bailey starting to open up a little bit of margin as they're 3 wide for second. Causey clears Berger. Berger still under attack from Thompson. And now the first lap vehicle there, the 56 of Adam Gardner, damaged off the pace. He'll drop down low.
Yeah, Adam Gardner stays down on the bottom side of the racetrack. We still see Scott Bailey running kind of that intermediate low line. In and out of the turns, just running his race at the moment. He has a nice lead opened up, relatively speaking, to Joseph Causey. Normally we see these guys right on the back of you, but that is a couple car lengths there back to the 88 machine, as Seth Berger is going to look to the inside for second place. Not going to be able to clear him off of 4.
Service trying to take the spot away from Thompson. Thompson's been committed to that inside lane, and I think it's finally starting to wear off his tires. Causey holding station in second, Berger third, Service fourth, Thompson fifth, Joyner, Jennings, Schumacher, St. Cure, and Markle the top 10. Jason Miz has just pulled it off the track and called it a day.
Yeah, we saw him slide his car off of 2 and was able to save it, but he knows pretty much that the race is done, decides to call it a day. Maybe something amiss there on the 24. But I tell you what, Emerson, just watching these guys drive the turns, about 4 or 5 different lanes being used by these guys every single turn. It's just amazing to watch. It
truly is. There's nothing like it. Again, NASCAR hit the nail on the head with this new race car. Scott Bailey has seemingly taken the early hand when it comes to the race so far. The early the first driver to really kind of set the pace today and not really be under threat of other drivers. And I say that because he's right over the rear bumper. Here he comes peeking down to the inside. He's got the run off the corner as well. They're going to be side by side, and Kazi will muscle his way past into the race lead once again. Can he beat him down into one? Here comes Service and Thompson. He's clear, Kazi is.
A big run from Causey down the front stretch. He's got that timing just absolutely perfected to get that run down that front stretch. Seth Berger also going to clear for second place. A little bit of a weird maneuver there. The car just did not look happy with that move, but he's able to hold it and claim second place for the time being.
Seth hasn't led a lap today. Seth wants to change that. Sending it down to the bottom side. I don't know if this is going to work out in his favor, but he's going to give it a go. He's supported alongside. He might have a chance. Not this lap, but he's if he can stay with the 88, it's not all over.
Yeah, we're seeing slide job maneuvers all around this racetrack, this facility. Seth Berger to the middle lane. It looks to be a little bit slower to him there, but he gets a great run off of the turn and just catches right back up to the 88 machine. He might be just trying to set up his next move to get his 77 machine out to the front.
And Joseph Kazi, he was blinking already. I have not seen him return. Kazi now falls down to 17th on the running order and still dropping. We might have lost Joseph Kazi. Seth Berger leads that lap, and we almost might go a whole lap without Joseph. This might be that might be a whole server disconnect for the 88.
Yeah, that might be. I still don't see him out on the track. If so, that is going to give Seth Berger the lap lead, though. So Seth finally gets the lap lead now. He's the point car. He's the one that's going to be under pressure. Scott Bailey's going to be the first one to him. Looks to the outside. Kevin Thompson to the inside. I mean, Kevin Thompson's been down there all night long in that 21 machine. He's looking to get third place, not quite able to do it. And 11 is going to have to settle in right now as we're seeing a lot of lagging going on with some of these cars on the track.
A little bit of a spike right there. Don't quite know what that was. iRacing has not had the greatest of times. The most recent past few days. Looks like it's all sorted out. Maybe it was just a small spike. We continue on, though. It's Seth Berger now leading what seems to be a train of cars that's almost content riding till pit stops. As I say that, Thompson dives down to the bottom side, trying to see if he can improve his position from third.
Yeah, he's been looking for that move. He just runs the inside lane every single lap, just trying to look for that move. Right now, though, it looks to cost him as Max Service and Joyner are both going to go by. Ronnie Joyner and Max Service up to the third and fourth place respectively for that lap. But, man, that 21 machine just looking so hard. There's contact.
He's going around. Oh, my goodness. What a save from Kevin Thompson.
Kevin Thompson, a big save there. Great driving from the 21. That's going to cost him a lot of time, but he saves the race car and can live to see another day in that 21 machine.
We're going to be able to see this right here. Off the corner. Slight contact by Joyner. What a catch. What a job by Kevin Thompson to keep that thing from wrecking. Unfortunately, he will lose that lead pack as a result of it, but my goodness. Phenomenal job from Kevin to keep that thing from just spinning out. Leaves us 5 cars up here at the front of the field. And I want to just say, Joseph Kazi has had atrocious luck when it comes to this racetrack. Let's think back, Devin, to the first race we ever called for the Outlaws Sim Series back at the Auto Club Road Course. Joseph Kazi was the dominant driver. And then he has a wheel malfunction 30 laps in. And he loses that. I mean, he's not able to continue the race. Tyler Markle goes on to win that race. He didn't call this next one. But the second Auto Club race that season, we were on the oval. Joseph Kazi had a wheel malfunction again, where he nosed it hard into the outside wall for turn 2 on the initial start of the race. We look to the next season, last season, season 2. I can't recall anything big per se, but he was the second to last car in the lead lap, and he almost got lapped in last season's Auto Club race. And now tonight, with the lag out from the race lead, Joseph Kazi, he must have some sort of curse when it comes to Auto Club Speedway.
Yeah, that issue last season, if memory serves me correct, it was actually him and his teammate Greg Holt getting together for the race lead, and Joseph Causey took it through the grass, collected the outside wall, then took it through the grass on the front stretch, and that really did his race in, as the Gen 6 car really aerodynamic. With any damage, that car just fades to the back. This new car, or sorry, that was the trucks, correct? But yeah, any damage to those trucks, that they really fade quite a bit. This new car right here, you can have a little bit of damage and you don't fade too much. One of the beauties of this new race car, it really maintains the momentum and speed, even if there are some nicks and scratches on each of these cars.
I should mention Zoltan Hertzeg is another strategy person like Jeremiah Stutzman. Zoltan Hertzeg, I'd expect to be one of those drivers who can go the longest. He pitted on that caution that Farron Elam Jr. had the big accident on the front straightaway, and he's up to 10th, partially because of the Joseph Kazi lag, but he's also gained a spot or two to put himself in that position, and he has the most fuel out of anybody in the top 10 as well. Zoltan Hertzeg starting to insert his name into the mix from 6.5 seconds back.
Yes, sir. He's finally cracked the top 10. He's starting to catch these three guys in front of him as well. Going to be looking to make up some more spots in that baby blue Camaro. Just a quick note, that little spike that we had, it did claim Joseph Causey. He was disconnected from the server. He has since reconnected, is back on the racetrack, but he is some considerable laps down there. Way down the running order is that 88 machine from the lead. Now he's 25th, and oh man, just you hate to see it. I mean, that 88 machine cannot find luck here at Auto Club due to no fault of his own, but it looks like part of that iRacing it's not really a glitch, it was more of a server kind of spike. Claimed Joseph Causey. I believe he was the only one that was kind of claimed there. Now he's 4 laps down, back in 25th.
Surely unfortunate. Again, Joseph Causey, we already mentioned, from the wheel malfunctions in Season 1, both on the road course and the oval. The road course took him out of a absolute dominant win, the wheel malfunction there. The oval took him out on lap 1. Last season, again, battling with his teammate, gets damaged. And now tonight, from the lead, lags out. Auto Club Speedway, Joseph Causey is not a great combination.
No, and we
how about
see here
3 wide?
Move.
Look at this move from Zoltan Hertzeg.
A big move from Zoltan there, as he takes it 3 wide. He's able to get it back to 2 wide, but he's just been kind of running that middle bottom line all the way around the racetrack, and really picking up speed now, starting to make up positions. And we see him cracking into 9th. He's looking to take 8th and 7th right now. He does have fresher tires than these fellas, and he also has that fuel saving strategy he was using, or not fuel, but tire saving.
He pitted on the caution, so he has a little bit. Oh, there's a caution on the speedway.
I believe it is off of turn 4.
Oh my goodness, Seth Fitzpatrick's car is destroyed. Oh my goodness. An unfortunate start to the season for Seth Fitzpatrick, who really showed some muscle at the start of last season, looking to see if he was going to be able to do one better. And unfortunate circumstances here. Here's the replay. Battling, I believe that's Joshua Stroud. This was back in the 21st position. On the side of the racetrack. Trying to pit? Oh, he just hit a bump the wrong way. Oh my goodness!
Oh, and then he collected 2 cars with him coming across the track.
Man.
It just stepped out on him, and I mentioned that at the beginning. You know, these cars just, without warning, if you clip the apron, if you clip anything, just anything to offset the balance, it can really step out very quickly on you. This is right in front of Joseph Causey as well.
Yeah, let's see if we can see the hit now. Oh, we're gonna just have it out of shot. Oh my goodness, that's a big hit. I believe that is that the 14 of Aldrich. No, it's not. I can't. Is that the 75? It's not the 75. I can't get a positive idea on who that is. But
I'm not sure who it was as well. Like, I can't really see the number.
Oh, was it
Gilliard?
Gilliard?
Oh my gosh.
He was involved.
No.
He was involved in the first accident as well. It has not been Gilliard's day either.
Yeah, Gilliard is one of the roughest runs that I can think of in recent memory, dating back to season 1. James Gilliard, just the most unfortunate luck in that 33 machine. He cannot seem to catch a break.
Here it is.
And just no fault of his own either.
Wrecking. He tried to avoid it. Oh.
Yeah, it looks like he was fighting his car loose as well in the center. And just that was all he could do to hold it straight and not wreck himself. And then that was the only lane he could run.
I want to see if we can get this replay of oh goodness, who? It was Fitzpatrick. I want to see if we can get the replay of Fitzpatrick and his onboard here. Here you go. You won't really be able to see the wheel. Maybe you'll be able to see the hand on the left side of your screen. See what happens here. Oh,
the back end. Yep, the back end just took off on him.
Wow. I don't think I've seen 900 RPM after a crash in a long time on iRacing. That car is destroyed.
Done.
Still runs.
Yeah. So unfortunate for all of those involved. I mean, that was we saw it again. You know, we saw it in the real life race, this track with this new car. You really have to drive it, and because of that, you know, sometimes it'll take off on you if you're not careful. Any overstep, any little bit, if you turn the wheel too much, even that back end can really step out. But we see all Swift Racing front row here for this restart.
That is true. Something must have happened on pit lane, because Zoltan Herzeg is now in 4th. He was back in 9th battling Tyler Markle.
Yeah, it looks like Markle made up some positions too. Maybe a bunch of guys choosing the inside lane. He chose the outside lane.
Oh, that's right. I forgot about the choose rule here. That's something that let's be honest, we haven't heard for 4 months. So it just completely slipped my mind.
Yeah, I think it was just the choose rule. A lot of guys choosing that inside lane. It seems to be really good on the restarts. Does that inside lane. But that outside lane, again, it does come in later in the run. We saw these guys kind of gradually moving up there. But I expect another crazy restart here, Emerson.
And you know why I also expect one, Devin? Because we got 4 laps left in stage number 2. The iRacing.com safety vehicle files into the safety of pit lane. We're racing once again from Fontana. Seth Berger at the front of the field. Zoltan Herzeg looking to send it up the middle. Sideways he is, trying to hold on to 3rd.
Yeah, sideways coming off of 4. The 11 had to give way, and what that did was allow Herzeg to kind of maintain his position. He still gets the run on Max Service, dives it to the inside. He's looking for second, even the race lead.
Herzeg up to second, side by side with the race leader. He's not going to be able to have the run off the corner, but he's going to try his hardest. Here comes Service with the run down the back straight. Will Zoltan find his way back in line? It'll be back to third, the 39. Looking to the outside, is the red car, Tyler Markle. Oh, and Herzeg's going around.
He's able to save it.
He saved it. Yeah, wow.
That was a big hit there from, I believe that was the 12 or the 11 car of Scott Bailey, who got into the back of Herzeg. Both cars, looks like the front nose of Herzeg, Bailey. It's not too bad. So Herzeg, again, though, seems to be the big loser. He falls way back down the running order, and it looks like there's a 3-car breakaway here for the stage here.
Yeah, we're coming around. 1 lap to go in stage 2. Seth Berger, Tyler Markle, Max Service. Markle third, Service second. Trying to go at it for this stage 2 victory. 1 lap to go in stage 2. Service and Markle right there. Are they going to go for the stage victory?
Looks like Seth's going to stay in that middle low line.
Oh, sideways is Ronnie. Ronnie Joyner going through the grass. He will save it. Schumacher down there as well. We stay green.
That was a couple of top 10 running cars as we're going to head into turns 3 and 4. This for the stage win. Markle dives it to the inside, looking for the win of the stage.
He's going for it, but don't leave that door open on the outside for Max Service. Ivor Seth off of turn number 4 will win stage 2. And how about that bounce back? 34th in the point standings. That'll help a little bit.
That'll help quite a bit to get him back in the running order, the pecking order here. You know what would help more? A win. That's got to be what's on that 77's mind now. He knows he has a dominant car. He knows that his teammates right behind him helping him. They're not allowing Scott Bailey to get in between them. And that 77 and 81 working very well together so far.
All right, but Scott Bailey, he's got a fast piece of machinery. We saw there in the middle part of the first tire stint. Oh my goodness! Bailey tried to get up there, maybe do a little side draft and pull all the way down the track, but Bailey, nonetheless, he's got a good piece. Oh, Matthew Setzer, he go all the way up there, he catches the wall.
Where did Matthew Setzer come from? Out of nowhere, the green number 5 shows his face, shows his hand in this lead pack battle for the first place position. And we got a train now on the outside. Scott Bailey kind of alone there on the inside. That kind of hurts him, but he makes up a lot of time on the
Eric Peck sideways. Looks like there is a caution on the speedway, and Zoltan Herzeg's car is destroyed.
Yeah, it looks like Zoltan's car there. I'm not sure what happened to it, but man, that front end is gone.
We'll see what happens here. This is a lap prior. I don't know if this is the cause of the caution.
Just lost it.
Oh,
and he gets the 12.
Oh, no, and somebody else got caught up in that as well. Looks like Barnett. We stayed green for a while, so I don't know if that's the caution.
Radio chatter that I'm hearing is that no one called it immediately. And actually a couple guys who came up on the 39 later on actually called the caution.
It was Zoltan, who has now left the race. No faster pairs in the Outlaws Sim Series. Well, that's a welcome to the Outlaws Sim Series race, if I've ever seen one for Zoltan Herzeg. My goodness.
Yeah, that was a big hit there. And we saw him fighting a loose race car when he was battling for the lead. And was just not able to hold it, fell back, lost quite a few positions. And then, again, just those tires must have still been pretty warm. As we see a lot of takers on pit road, and it looks like a couple cars stayed out. The Swift guys stayed out. Everybody else dives in.
Well. Pit Road is a busy place, and it is only max service. Seth Berger, Adrian Schumacher staying out. Everybody else is in the pit lane. Oh my goodness.
This will definitely make for an interesting restart to say, you know, to say anything. I mean, guys on old tires leading the pack, guys on new tires here. Scott Bailey's going to win the race off of pit road. He'll restart in the 4th position, depending on the choose. But man, oh man, what a little storyline we have here, Emerson, with 3 guys staying out on old tires.
And I want to add to that by bringing up the race leader and driver of the number 77, our Stage 2 winner, Seth Berger. Seth, what's the strategy call here?
Oh, well, there weren't that many laps on the tires, so I thought a lot more people would stay out, but clearly not. But I'm not too concerned. I think I'll be able to hold my own still. There was not that many laps on it, and quite honestly, I'd rather take track position. I might find my words here soon, but I'd rather stay out front and hold my own. That's what I did in NIS.
Fair enough. You look at the race it's been tonight. You've led 28 of the 58 completed laps so far tonight. This will be 29 of 59 here. A good little piece you brought to the track of you and your Swift Racing teammates all up there to support you as well. How has it been up here racing the likes of Scott Bailey, Joseph Causey, as hard as you've had? Probably the hardest racing we've ever seen on the intermediate track.
This is some of the most fun I've ever had on iRacing. It was an absolute blast. I wish the draft wasn't as powerful, but it's still it gets spread out at the end and really start racing just your car there. But again, this is so much fun. Most fun I've had. Glad NASCAR went with higher horsepower, lower downforce.
Stage 2 winner. What's the plan for the final half of this race?
Survive.
Fair enough, Seth. Well, race leader, Stage 2 winner. 62 laps to go when we go back to racing. Anyone like to shout out? Anyone like to thank?
Shout out to all of Burger Nation. Thanks for the support, and hopefully we can bring back a dub. Start moving up from 34th.
Yes, sir. Seth Berger came into tonight's race 34th in the driver's point standings. Looking sitting pretty so far here with a great run thus far in Auto Club. Best luck to you, Seth. Hopefully we're talking to you on the far side.
All right, sweet. Thank you.
Driver of the number 77, Seth Berger, leading the field here with Max Service and Adrian Schumacher. He's got fresh tires right behind him of Scott Bailey. Boy, oh boy. Scott Bailey's got a good piece when they're on even tires. This one is going to be interesting. The iRacing.com safety vehicles in pit lane. We're back to racing here at Auto Club. So far, Seth Berger is holding his own. Max Service has actually gone out ahead of the 11 of Scott Bailey. Adrian Schumacher now has him boxed in, and Tyler Markle behind as well. To add to that cause.
Yeah, again, the top 3 there, the 77, 81, and 82, all choosing to stay out on the racetrack. Everybody behind them dove in and got fresh tires, and that includes Scott Bailey here. Even though that front end of that Dodge is quite dismantled at the moment, it still has a lot of speed in that car, and he's really showing it. He dives to the inside and clears Adrian Schumacher. He's going to try and pick him off one by one, it seems. And man, this racing has been intense from the get-go. You heard Seth Berger say it, some of the most fun he's had on the sim here.
Oh my goodness!
Scott Bailey's going to try and take both in one turn. He had to check up quite a bit, though.
You'll You'll see that high side really start to prevail here. Cars going careening off the track. Jonathan Jennings is one of them. Setzer looks to be the other.
And more cars involved.
Oh,
3 and 4
no,
more cars.
more cars. Setzer had an issue. Looks like Kevin Thompson had a dive down the bottom side of the racetrack, and this may as well bring out a yellow. No official call yet. And it looks like this very well will be. We'll go ahead and try to get a replay and see what had happened to the mess that just was on the back straightaway. So let's see what happened to Kevin Thompson. You see those 2 cars careening off the right side of your screen. Oh my goodness! What in the world?
What that was.
What in the world was that move from Matthew Setzer? We got to get a replay of it for sure before we make really any comment on it. But oh my goodness. I'm going to go ahead and watch this. This is the front straightaway right before. Matthew Setzer in the dark green machine. Brad Bothwell in the lighter green machine. And Jonathan Jennings is the white, blue, and red car that starts to enter your frame here. This is all going on behind the 48 of Garrett Velzy, who's up in 8th, by the way. Great run for Velzy thus far. Off the corner.
It looks like Jennings and Setzer just came together, and then Setzer just trying to save it.
Oh no, he had a bump. Oh my goodness.
It just took off on him when he tried to save it.
So, as far as the initial contact, Setzer held his line, and Jennings looked like he came up. Granted, I guess if I was in Jennings' spot, I'd expect Setzer to move up the track, but Setzer does not have to move up the track. Just right there, I'd expect the 5 car to be a little closer.
Yeah, he has a car on the outside at the time, so he knows that it's there. And
but I think really right there, that's going to be attributed to the new rack and pinion steering. That's all I can think about.
Yep, it has to be. I mean, it just trying to correct it to keep it straight, and overcorrection, big time overcorrection, and it looked like the car just took off on him.
Here we go, folks. From the gyro cam within the cockpit. The contact there, onto the flat. A little bit of a bump. Wow.
Oh, almost up and over for the 5 car too.
And Kevin Thompson goes lawn mowing. Oh my goodness! You see up there, he almost made contact with another vehicle. Close calls there. I can't believe when that happened to Setzer, he didn't take anyone else with him. I'm gonna be completely honest.
Yeah, he came right back up in front of the field, in front of the heart of the field. So only to collect 2 more cars. Quite fortunate. Unfortunate for the cars involved, but quite fortunate it didn't take out more cars. And we saw this. Quite a few guys stay out this time. Seth Berger, Max Service stay up front. 82 car dives in, and quite a few others, but a lot more cars staying out this time, Emerson.
I want to talk to somebody here. Driver of the number 48, Garrett Velzy. I'm going to be honest, it's rare to see this 48 perform the way it is tonight. And I really want to give Garrett his props and his credit for the amazing race he's had so far. He's kept it well inside the top 10 for a majority of this race. And Garrett, you're now sitting in 3rd. What an amazing run it's been for you so far. Talk to us about it.
Just trying to keep the car clean. It was super loose that first run, so I had to make some adjustments. Then other than that, just trying to make it to the end of this thing.
Well, we're looking at it here. You started 34th. You were up within the top 10 for a majority of stage 2. Says you were as high as 7th before now. That run of pit stops, you decide to stay out here, puts you in 3rd. How does it feel for you to really be up here and really sticking with these big dogs?
It feels good. I think we got the car feeling a bit better now. I struggled the first 2 weeks, so we're just trying to make up some points tonight and be smart.
Fair enough. The game plan up here is you stay out after pitting on the most recent caution. The 2 people, drivers ahead of you, had not pitted on either of those, the 2 cautions. What's your game plan?
I saw currently we're about 4 gallons short, which is a little further. I think that would have gave us 2 more gallons there. So I think you're still about 2 gallons short. So I just didn't see a need to come in yet. So that was my thought.
Fair enough. Well, Garrett, you're coming around to the restart. We'll give you the chance to get a shout out. Have you get a shout out? Thank you. We're gonna thank for putting yourself in this position.
Just all my teammates that help working on the sets, and Adam and you guys for broadcasting the thing. Thanks a ton.
Absolutely a great run for you so far, Garrett. Best luck to you. Hopefully, we're talking to you a little later on.
Thanks, bud. Take it easy.
Driver of the number 48, Garrett Velzy, up there in the 3rd position. That's great. I am actually super stoked to see him perform this well. The iRacing.com safety vehicle. Pull into the safety of pit lane. We're racing again from Fontana. Seth and Max really are holding their own at the front of the field with some of the oldest tires out there. Brad Bothwell and Garrett Velzy doing battle. Bothwell gets the wall. Contact, and Greg Holt's going to go shooting through the grass. Trying to save it, and he does. What a save from Greg Holt.
That's the second time that 3 car has gone through the grass on the front stretch. He did it earlier in the race. Right at the very beginning, he got shot down there by a similar move. Yep. And he gets it again. So, man, if you've been wondering where that 3 car has been all night, that's where he's been. He's been trying to make his way back to the front, and he gets there, but just to get sent back to the back of this line again.
How about this? Nathan Aldrich. This is his 3rd Outlaws Sim Series start. You know, the first start was at Daytona, the Canadian Tire last week. But tonight, he's put it up inside the top 5.
Yeah, great run from that Carolina Panthers number 14 car. We talked a bit about him at Daytona, not much last week. I don't know if he made the trip up to Canada last week, but he's back again here for Auto Club, and he really has some horsepower under that 14 machine right now. He kind of been biding his time, just taking it easy, avoiding the wrecks, and he finds himself inside the top 5.
You know what else I find really cool? Oh, this. Andrew St. Cyr up here. He's in the exact same room as the car that's 2 spots ahead of him of Max Service. That is great stuff.
Yeah, those 2 guys sharing a room here, roommates for racing when they do race together, or race time. So, yeah, that is cool to think about that 2 guys that are in the same room or kind of close together on the track. Wonder if they say anything to each other during the race.
I really do wonder, does Max or Andrew shout across to each other across the room? I wonder. Oh my goodness! I wonder if they're ever in a battle with one another. If they're ever gonna talk trash about one another. Oh, that'd be amazing.
We need to get a webcam there.
Garrett Velzy is making a charge at Max Service for this 2nd position. Garrett Velzy is bringing the heat.
He is, and again, he's on the fresher tires than these 2 guys in front of him. Not the freshest in the field, but he did pit a couple of cautions ago, whereas Seth and Max have stayed out the entire time. So Garrett Velzy, a little bit fresher tires. Maybe we're going to see those new tires, or those fresher tires, really come into play here. He runs the same line as Seth. Max stays up there, not all the way up to the wall, kind of that 4th lane up.
They're pulling from everybody else.
Yeah, this draft is amazing here, and with all of them kind of running in a single file line down the straightaways, they are really pulling away.
Yes, Aldrich and St. Cyr now going at it for that 4th position. I'm trying to get back to that. Aldrich will clear into that 4th position.
Yeah, again, we were talking about it. Aldrich, a lot of horsepower under that car right now. He's really putting in work. It looks like Andrew St. Clair may have been holding up this pack just a bit, and these guys are trying to find a way by him. Andrew running that preferred lane right up against the wall almost. Seems to be the one that keeps the momentum up the best, but the 14 finds his way around. Here's Scott Bailey trying to find his way around, and Andrew Pratt trying to do the same.
St. Clair put a good block down the front straight, but Andrew Pratt dives it up the inside. And how about the 75 into the top 5?
Whoa! What a slide job there from the 75 machine. He gets 2 for 1 in turns 1 and 2 as he dove to the inside of Joyner and
Andrew St. Clair.
Andrew St. Clair. He picks both of them off.
Here comes Ronnie Joyner. Scott Bailey was that over car, not Joyner. But Joyner has now powered his way up into 4th, trying to get clear of Aldrich. 3 wide. Here comes Causey and Reeves, and we're packing up here, boys.
Yeah, 3 wide through the turns. Here we go. The inside lane's going to seem to die off as they get off of the turn. But Joseph Causey, even though 2 laps down right now, he's still putting up a fight, trying to keep his maintained position, because if there is another caution, he would be the guy to get that lucky dog and start getting these laps
Aldrich is
back.
sideways. Oh, no, Aldrich is going to get put in the fence.
Oh, and that's Uprack that collects the 12 car.
Oh, Andrew St. Clair involved.
Oh, 2 of the guys we were talking about having some great runs being up here at the front.
What were you just talking about, though, Devin? Right before this?
I was talking about a wreck.
No. Before that.
Yeah, Causey, even though he went 4 laps down,
He's
he
gonna
has
be
made
one.
up- he's made up 2 laps. He's made up 2 laps so far, pretty much doing the hard way. He's not really had a lucky dog yet. So he's done it by staying out and playing strategy.
Well, I believe he's going to be lucky dog
get
this
one.
yellow.
Yep, he's going to be the lucky dog this time, get one of those laps back. He will be 1 lap down.
That's why I said he's made up 3 now. And Joseph Causey may not be done. Right there, Reeves gets into the back of Aldrich. Aldrich just out of control and nowhere for St. Clair to go.
Yeah, there's nowhere to go there. And man, 2 guys that we were kind of excited to see up here at the front.
Oh, absolutely. I love, just like in real life, the parity we were having at the front of this pack. I'll be on board with St. Clair.
Just
Nowhere to
steps
go.
out. Yeah, just stepped out on him. We've seen that on turn 4 quite a few times. Just the car stepping out on guys. They get up on the wall and then shoot down the track. And if you're in that path, just wrong place, wrong time, like Andrew St. Clair was, you're collected and
Here we go.
involved.
Let's see here a little bit better. Get the overhead shot. I'll have, I guess, a few billboards in the way, but right there it steps out on him. Jacob Reeves, slight contact.
Reeves a little help. Yeah, Reeves a little help
Yeah.
there.
Oh.
And so that step out, he had to check up, and Reeves just not able to check up in time himself. Gets into the back of the 14 and shoots him up to the wall.
Here we go. Pit stops. Now Seth Berger leads the charge down the pit lane. Eric Peck has stayed out. Intriguing. Want to see how that fares for him.
Well, we did see on the interview on the last one when you interviewed Garrett Velzy, he was talking about how they couldn't make it when they pitted the last stop, so he didn't really see a point of diving to the pits. But this time, everybody comes in. It looks like this may be the last pit stop of the night, pending any other cautions, Emerson.
Right, and I'm guessing Eric Peck is thinking we're not done with yellows. Max Service will win the race off pit road, but he'll be second. 16 of Eric Peck.
Yeah, and they had some good hard racing there on those tires that last run. That was a good little run that these guys had. So I'm going to be interested to see how good Eric Peck's tires hold up in comparison to every single person behind him who are on fresh tires.
I want to bring another driver up into the booth. I'm going to send him your way this time, Devin. I want to And a driver who's had a great piece under him. There's a little bit of front end damage. He looks like he's gotten that repaired since. But driver of the number 11, Scott Bailey, heading your way, Devin.
Hey, we're gonna bring Scott Bailey into the booth. Hey, Scott, this is Devin. Do you got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, man, that 11 machine has looked bat fast tonight. You have a little bit of damage on the nose, but it has not impaired you. You've been able to keep it up and battle for the lead most of the night. Kind of walk us through how your race has gone so far.
Yeah, it's been really good. Made a couple of little mistakes here. Pitted one time when I probably shouldn't have, but overall the car's been really good. Damage hasn't really affected me. It actually tightened it up just a little bit, and that's helped me because I was a little loose. So damage not really a factor for me. Just trying to keep it clean and stay up front.
Yeah, that seems to be the name of the game. All these guys want to say track position is king right now. That's kind of what we've been seeing. Is that the name of the game the rest of the way, track position?
Yeah, I think so. This caution here, we should all be good to go on fuel. So it's going to be tire management and just trying to stay up front, because once a line forms on the outside and you get stuck on the inside, it's pretty hard to pass. So.
Yeah, we understand that. We're about to go green. We'll go ahead and give you the floor real quick to shout out who we got to shout out. Thank you. Who we got to thank?
Yeah, just my teammates, Last Chance Racing. Me and Jonathan Jennings worked a lot on this setup, so appreciate his help, and anybody that's pushed me up here.
Well, we appreciate it. We'll get you back down to get ready for green flag here. Good luck the rest of the way.
Yeah, 10-4. Thanks, guys.
Driver of the number 11, Scott Bailey. He picks the inside. You got Eric Peck out there on old tires. The iRacing.com safety vehicle will find his way into the pit lane. We are back to racing from Fontana. Eric Peck leads 13 lap old tires. Sideways is Garrett Velzy. He's going spinning on the inside. He will save it. But that is very unfortunate. Garrett Velzy's great run hampered now by getting loose there off of turn number 2.
Yeah, and he lit up the tires doing that slide. So unfortunately for him, man, that's going to be hard to recover from. He's got a lot of work ahead of him. But we got a battle for the lead here. Max Service sending it into the inside with the help of his teammate Seth Berger. Man, we're trying to see now how those tires, those old tires on Eric Peck, are going to hold up. This is the moment we get to see it.
Now look at the power run from Eric Peck on the old tires.
He's able to maintain that speed using the high lane, running right up there against the wall. Looks like Max is going to follow him this time, try and set up something, trying to set up a run to possibly get by him. He's going to need the help of Seth to get it done.
Somebody went skating down towards the grass. Looks like they have saved.
Here comes the run here. Max Service up, big run off of turn 2. He's got it. Will he dive it to the inside? He will. Here comes Seth Berger with him. Scott Bailey behind him, also looking for position. Joiner's there as well.
And now the slider has to be attempted here by Max Service and Seth Berger. Peck is going to fight hard, but it may be to no avail. He'll lose the lead, and around goes Scott Bailey. He's going to go sliding back up the track, trying to save it, and it'll break control down on the bottom side of the racetrack. I'm starting to think there may be a little bit of interviewer's jinx so far, Devin.
Yeah, well, that kind of sucks to have, but man,
Garrett
Scott Bailey
Scott?
having such a great run. Yeah, Scott Bailey having such a great run, and unfortunately for him, he slides it off of 4 using that same lane that we see Seth Berger using now on Mac's teammate Max sideways. Eric Peck to the inside of Max, but Seth Berger is clear to the lead.
Max was dancing there on the top seam, trying to stay in front of Eric Peck, and now Joyner's going to give Service a push. And Eric Peck's going to have to really woe it down on his older tires. Look who's back in the mix. He had a little bit of an expedition through the mid-pack, but Adrian Schumacher is back inside the top 5.
Yep, Adrian Schumacher worked all the way back to the top 5. He's going to clear Eric Peck. Now we're starting to see those tires on the 16 fade just a little bit. But he's still running up here with this top pack, but how much longer can he do it? Here we're on board with Adrian Schumacher looking at those 3 drivers in front of him of Joyner, Service, and Seth Berger.
Joyner looking to the inside of the 81. I don't see how he's going to be able to get the slider off unless Max looking a little sideways there. Joyner's going for the lead. He's got the lead across those scoring loops, but will he be able to hold on?
What a big run from the 00. We saw him send it in there earlier in the race. He does it again and almost clears for the lead. He's going to send it again in 3 and 4. This time he might clear Seth Berger as they come off of 4.
Joyner clears up. Seth trying to get the crossover. They'll be side by side down the front straightaway. Now Seth Berger drives down to the bottom side. Seth will lead at the line, but Joyner with the effort, now the preferred line, and Seth clears up. He's now boxed in by Max Service.
Oh, that's a move that I love to see that can come back in this car.
Woo!
And that is, ooh, Max a little loose off of 2 there, but I love that crossover move. I'm so glad it works again in these cars. And man, what a move there from Seth. But they do it again. Joyner back to the lead as Max Service falls back. He's trying to recover. Seth Berger again the over-under.
Be side by side down the front straightaway this time. This time not as a powerful of a crossover. Berger gets it at the line, but I don't think he'll be able to clear into 1. He's gonna try. Service is 3 wide behind by the way. Andrew Pratt and Schumacher trying to insert their noses into the mix. Berger, is he clear? Joyner now. He is. Service trying to hang on for 3rd.
He slides up in front of Adrian Schumacher. Schumacher has nowhere to go to try to do the over-under on Max, so he just has to fall in line behind him. And again, these 2 front cars, the 00 and the 77, still going at it as these guys behind him are going at it, and Pratt to 3rd place.
And Ronnie Joyner now uncontestedly will lead at the start-finish line. Berger, he's going to send it. He's going to sit behind him, maybe. Is he going to send it here into 1? He's certainly going to try.
Yeah, and we haven't talked much about Andrew Pratt. He's kind of come out of nowhere now, sitting in 3rd place, really showing the power of that Ford Mustang behind these 2 Chevys in front of him, really gaining down the back straightaway on the 77 and 00.
Everybody having to crack the throttle there as they fight for grip on exit. And caution is out on the speedway. Let's see who is in trouble here.
And you know what that does, Emerson? Joseph Causey is now back on the lead lap.
Well. I cannot figure out who is the cause of this yellow, though. I go back and do a little bit of investigative work, I'd imagine. Go try to figure it out.
Yeah, I'm trying to see on some radio chatter as well what happened.
This is back at the back of the front pack. Let's see. Anything? Back here.
32 maybe? 32?
Here's Jeremy C. Poole.
I think it was off of 4 onto the front stretch. Not really sure. That was the number that was called out.
Ah, okay. It was called a little later, but we found it now. Here we go. Jacob Reeves involved in another incident tonight with Jeremy C. Poole. Let's see what happens here. Poole gets loose in front of Reeves. That's the second time somebody's done that in front of Reeves tonight. Contact there.
Oh, both of them just go through the grass. Looks like Reeves,
I'm gonna be honest, I don't believe that should constitute as a caution, and then Poole just drives it back into the grass. They both very much saved their cars. Not a huge fan of that one. Not a huge fan of that one. Having amazing racing up at the front of the pack. Ronnie Joyner is the race leader. And actually, we're going back live, and Jeremy C. Poole is very slow. He's pulled into the box now. And everybody's back in the pit lane.
Yep, everybody back down to get 4 tires. Not really have to get fuel, but definitely 4 tires so you can keep up that amazing battling that we've been seeing up at the front.
Joyner wins the race off pit road over Berger, Jennings, and Service. Well, try this again, Devin. I'm going to send the current race leader your way, Devin.
Hey, Ronnie Joyner, this is Devin in the booth. Do you have a copy? Try him again here. 00 Ronnie Joyner, this is Devin in the booth. Do you have a copy?
I got a copy, buddy.
Hey, how's it going? That 00 machine looks really fast there. Was able to power through and take the lead on the last run. How are you feeling about your chances here as we kind of get close on closing this thing out?
I don't know how I feel about my chances. The car's really, really loose. It rotates sometimes, and other times it rotates too much. So we'll see what happens here.
Yeah, we've seen that's kind of been a common theme with all the cars tonight. Just we don't know when it's going to over-rotate. Is there something that's that you're feeling as to what's causing it, or is it kind of just stepping out on its own at random times?
It's the way you come over the seams. It seems that's what's upsetting the car is when you come over the seams and try to pick the throttle back up. That's when it's starting to want to come around. But we're wheeling her, though.
Yeah, that's something that real-life NASCAR guys are having trouble with as well. Seems like it's carried over pretty well, realistic to real life here on the sim. You got that 77 machine behind you, Seth Berger. He's been fighting with you the whole race. I mean, you got to tell us. I mean, how has the battling been here up at the front?
The racing's been pretty clean up here. Hard racing and a lot of clean racing and giving and taking. So we'll see what happens here in the end. Good luck to everybody in there.
All right. Well, you're about to go back green. We will let you get back to it. But before we do, if you got to thank anyone, now's the time. The floor is yours.
We'll go ahead and take that,
I believe we lost him here. He's about to go green anyway. We'll let him focus. And yeah, here we go, Emerson.
Yeah, we'll let him focus up. Driver of the 00, Ronnie Joyner. Again, I believe this is his second or his third Outlaws Sim Series start. Made very minimal starts here. And our lights back on the pace car. Looks like we are not ready to go. Gonna take another pace lap here. We are not going green here.
There was a car that spun around under caution, the 21 car.
Oh, no. We have a quick moment. Let's go ahead and see what happened. This is under caution. Oh, my goodness. Okay. This is 21 of Kevin Thompson traveling down the back straightaway.
And he was having such a good run earlier in the race, just unfortunately to get involved in a couple of incidents.
Oh, what? Oh, my goodness.
What's the 32 sitting in the middle of the track?
What was that? Oh, my goodness. I am not believing this. Let's see what happened to Jeremy C. Poole. What? No.
Okay, I just got confirmation. It seems that it seems like someone has grabbed his steering wheel from him. At the time of that, he tried to get on the brakes to stop it, but the jerk on the steering wheel by someone else has kind of resulted in that incident.
Speechless. We are back to racing from Auto Club. Jonathan Jennings is back. He's contending for the second position from Seth Berger. This is all behind the 00 Ronnie Joyner way up by the outside wall. Jennings is going to get clear of Berger for a second. He's going for the lead. Caution is on the speedway again.
Big wreck.
Oh my goodness, Joseph Causey, Garrett Velsey, multiple cars involved in race control. Call that one immediately.
Yeah, we're not sure what happened here. We'll take a look.
I got a little bit of a glimpse of it on the rewind. Let's go ahead and show everybody what happened here. Goodness gracious. So it all happens about here. Everything tightens up. Reeves comes down on Causey. Velsey goes around. Another car gets involved. We're looking at 4. It's like only 4 cars involved, but wow. Wow. I believe Eric Peck was the 4th car in that one. Jacob Reeves, it looked like maybe got loose or came down or something.
Yeah, Causey had just got his lap back too. It was back on the lead lap finally after battling the attrition of losing the server and having to reconnect, going 4 laps down.
Peck almost had him. Let's see if this one potentially from the onboard of the 88. Jacob Reeves up there. Causey in that middle lane. Don't really know what to make of that one.
Yeah, just close quarter racing here. We're getting to about 27 laps to go. So these guys in the back are really feeling the pressure to really make up spots, you know, especially on these restarts. You got to make up all you can. And that seems to be here. Causey takes it 3 wide.
This should be the storyteller here.
Yeah, watch the 22. Looks like they came together, not really coming down, or just kind of met.
I guess Joseph maybe expected the 22 since he was up on the outside to be closer to the wall. Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah, just kind of meet in the middle there. Just unfortunate for both Reeves and Causey. Reeves, you know, quietly having a decent day, maintaining, you know, near a top 10 for most of the day. And then Causey finally getting his lap back. And both of them come together and collect a few other cars. So unfortunate for both of them, but it looks like not really anyone at fault. But again, in the Outlaws Sim Series, the 2 cars that bring out the caution, the first 2 cars involved, are penalized with an EOL. So both of those cars, even if there's not a whole lot of damage, will start from the tail end of the longest line.
I want to see, do we grab the 1 to green here since that caution was thrown immediately? And we do get the 1 to green here. Choice is made. Seth Berger will start outside pole. Well, second position here on the choose rule. One to green here. Let's go ahead and see if this will work for us. 7 cautions. I think the the lap count is a little off, but I believe we have had 7 yellows. 18 lead changes today is what we're being told so far. It's been some great racing we've had so far today.
It has.
You're not gonna see that any other Auto Club race. This car has been a phenomenal treat for us. We're now into the final 25 laps of racing. Once we go back to racing, the weather stayed the same. Wind still gusting out of the west. The temperature, air, and track have stayed the same. It's Ronnie Joyner, Seth Berger, Jonathan Jennings, Andrew Pratt, Jeremiah Stutzman, Greg Holt, Tyler Markle, Brad Bothwell, Scott Bailey, and Max Service for top 10. VIRacing.com safety vehicle will pull into the safety of pit lane. 50 miles are scheduled left to settle it. We are back to racing from Fontana. Ronnie Joyner's putting up an amazing defense at the front of the field. Jonathan Jennings and Seth Berger do battle for second, and here comes Stutzman.
A guy we haven't called out all night, the 71 of Jeremiah Stutzman, finally makes its appearance when it matters most. Here as we are under 25 laps to go, 24 to go to the line that time, and the 71 and Greg Holt have made their way back to the front.
Seth Berger trying to ride that outside to get to the 00. Holt sideways there off the corner. Down the back straightaway, it's a slipstream fest. And Seth is pushing Ronnie Joyner into the corner. Stutzman dives it down to the bottom. Berger trying to get that clean air in that middle lane. Stutzman to the apron, 3 wide, and Joyner sideways. Seth Berger trying to take the lead, 3, maybe 4 wide behind.
Yes, Stutzman got forced down to the apron, really lost his momentum, but that puts Seth Berger to the front, and Andrew Pratt out of nowhere comes into second. He's now challenging Seth Berger for the lead.
How about Andrew Pratt from Vermont trying to put that 75 out in front? He's got the push from Jonathan Jennings side by side down the back straightaway. Seth has the outside line. Andrew, what is he going to do on the bottom side?
He dives it in there. Seth kind of runs that middle lane, trying to limit the momentum and limit the come-up ability of Pratt, and Pratt bobbles off of 4. Seth maintains the lead for now, but Pratt still right behind him in second place, and don't forget about Joyner. He's there too.
Ronnie Joyner trying to roll that high side. You see Service trying to get something going on the bottom side.
Yeah, that big run from Joyner off of the top of turn 2. He's right to the back of Seth Berger. He dives it to the inside. He's going to try and dive it down and take this lead back.
Try to see Mike. They'll go into the corner, and what a lunge from Joyner. He'll be back to the top spot.
What a lunge there from the 00. He sent it fully into turn 4. Comes out in the positive. 3 takes the lead, and Andrew Pratt also looking to do something similar. He sends it into turn 1, trying to get around Seth Berger for second.
Andrew Pratt, does he have anything? Can he clear up into that second spot? Andrew Pratt is clear. Andrew Pratt looking to see what he can do. 20 laps to go this time.
Andrew Pratt, one of his best runs that I've seen here in the Outlaws Sim Series from that 75 machine. Looking to have a great day, maybe make it even better if he can catch up to Ronnie Joyner here and get this win. Seth Berger still running at third. Max Service has made his way back up to 4th, but he's being challenged by Jonathan Jennings there behind him in 5th.
Andrew Pratt, the feel-good story up here. What a job it'd be for him. He won at New Hampshire in season 1. via a little bit of controversy and a timely yellow. Can he kind of get that asterisk win out of here? Seth is sideways back in front of the pack, and that's going to cause a large checkup. Greg Holt's going through the grass again.
The third time through
They're
the
battling
grass
for the
with
lead.
the 3 machine.
It's Andrew Pratt side by side with Joyner as they enter the corner. And he's clear to the race lead.
Andrew Pratt cleared the race lead, trying to block Joyner down the backstretch. Joyner not going to be satisfied with second. He sends it back in there in 3 and 4 and is clear by a couple of car lengths as they come off of 4.
Pratt sideways, they get contact for the lead.
Pratt contact with Joyner. Joyner contact with the wall. Pratt really lost momentum. That's going to send Jonathan Jennings to second. He now has the run. He has the momentum. Can he look to the inside to Joyner?
It is absolutely amazing, the display that the Outlaws Sim Series drivers are putting on tonight. Out of all of that, Ronnie Joyner back to the top spot. A little bit of a kiss to the outside wall, and here comes Jennings. Side by side into turn 3.
Side by side, here we go. Jonathan Jennings looking to clear the 0-0. He's going to have him cleared off of turn number 4. Here's Andrew Pratt working again
He'll get
through
second.
3 and 4, and he's up to second.
Here comes Stutzman. Where does he want to put himself up in this mix? And Service and Berger, they're looking to come back again.
It's amazing to see how much of a run you can get at certain parts of this track. Even though those guys got loose and lost a lot of track position, they're still up here with a chance to win it. And Jennings running a defensive line there, trying to force people down. Joyner really losing speed now. He's lost a couple of positions. He's back to 4th.
Stutzman now trying to look for second from Pratt. Sliding and skating over to Seams. Pratt's going to have the high side, and he'll clear back ahead of Stutzman. Does Pratt have what it takes to get back to Jennings?
Yeah, Pratt, a great defensive line there, pinning Jeremiah Stutzman down to that very bottom lane, not letting him slide off the corner like you need to get the slide job done. A wonderful defense there from the 75 machine as he looks to keep his second place intact and a chance to win this thing.
Down the back straightaway, it's a top 3 breakaway, about 8/10 back. You'll find Max Service emerging from the pack that is the rest of the lead pack. Now Berger trying to race Ronnie Joyner back there, but it's this top 3, and Pratt gets the wall.
Pratt gets the wall. Joyner's gotten the wall there with contact with Pratt, and I think that is really hurting that 0-0 machine. His car is really falling off on speed. He is now under attack from Adrian Schumacher and Tyler Markle back there. You can see it at the top of your screen as we watch Jennings just pull away.
Jonathan Jennings has absolutely got a rocket ship underneath him, and everybody behind him becoming specks in his mirror. Now, but Jeremiah Stutzman, he won this race back in season 1, but he did that on fuel strategy. Can he do it on pure pace tonight?
Yes, indeed. Can he do it on pure pace? I mean, he does have the draft with him. There are cars with Jeremiah Stutzman. Max Service is there. Seth Berger is there. Adrian Schumacher and Andrew Pratt all there to try and get up there. But it looks like Jeremiah Stutzman's kind of left those guys. And now it's a single 2-car race here for the win, possibly. About a 1.5 seconds back is Max Service in 3rd. So Jeremiah Stutzman might have to do this on his own now.
Stutzman's closed the gap a 1/10 since we gotten on board with Jonathan Jennings.
And 2 similarly painted cars, both blue and white here, leading the way as we're getting closer and closer to the end of this thing. Now 13 laps to go at the line.
Look at that gap in the bottom right, 0.4 seconds. Watch it as we get back to the power. Look at him, 3,800s, now 4,200s. He's going to lose a little bit there. We'll watch this down the back straightaway once again, or Jennings maybe change something up that lap.
Yeah, Jennings trying to do different things now. It looks like he's trying to find out where Jeremiah is making up time on him on the fly and trying to make adjustments. Both cars using the inside lane all the way down to the apron is Jeremiah Stutzman. He slides it off a 4 right up to the wall, making up time. There. Yep, it did. Just stay off the wall. He cracked it. Now he's going to lose a little bit of time. But it looks like Jennings did a similar issue off of 4, so kind of a no harm, no foul. They do lose a little bit of time behind them, but they're picking right back up.
Stutzman trying to eat into that gap. They are pulling away. They are absolutely gapping the rest of the field. Schumacher on back. Absolutely no chance at this moment. They are gone, Jennings and Stutzman.
Yeah, they escaped the onslaught there with the contact between the 00 and the 75. Really kind of jumbled up the cars behind them. And these two guys, the 91 and the 71, have really started to run away with this thing. But Adrian Schumacher there, he's trying to track them down. He's taken off a couple of tenths. Can he reel them in?
That's the biggest gap that Stutzman's taken out of Jennings since this battle's begun. It's now under 3.5 tenths.
Yeah, and as soon as these guys get side by side battling for this lead, Adrian Schumacher, Seth Berger, and all them may come back into the picture. We'll have to see that side-by-side racing. You're going to side draft each other to try and get these runs, and that can really slow you down and allow these guys behind you to catch back up.
Stutzman now using the draft. We might see this dip under 3 tenths this time. Under 3 tenths down the front straightaway.
Under 3 tenths and closing. Jeremiah Stutzman on a mission here as he's getting just a little bit lower than Jennings in both turns. They're running the bottom slide of the racetrack and still maintaining their gap behind to Adrian Schumacher, who is trying desperately to catch him, but eventually they're going to have the move. Is Jeremiah Stutzman, when does he make it? Does he try to get there quickly and get away? Or does he go ahead and wait till one of the ending laps here to get it done?
Jennings really pulled that time by. 4 tenths now to gap once again.
4 tenths back to Jeremiah Stutzman. Now 3.5 tenths back to Jeremiah Stutzman. It seems like these guys are dueling back and forth, taking blows back and forth as they try to make up time and try to pull away from the guy behind there, Jennings, and trying to make up time. Stutzman, they're doing it back and forth every single lap, making up and losing time.
It looks like turn 2 is better for Stutzman, while turn 4 is better for Jennings.
That seems to be the thing, as we see Jennings now lost about a tenth that lap. Now under 3 tenths, down to 2.83, kind of about there. Jennings is losing just a little bit of lap here. Now it's back up to 4 seconds. Man, this is just crazy to watch here on your screen.
The fluctuation is everything. Is Stutzman going to get there, and is he going to get there for enough time to do anything?
Yeah, only 8 to go, and it is going to be 7 to go this time as they cross the line. If Stutzman's got anything for him, he needs to get there quickly. They have 2.2, almost 2.5 seconds back to Adrian Schumacher. It is going to be a 2-horse race to figure this one out, more than likely.
Well, it's an absolute dogfight up here. It is a chess match. Yeah, I'm sorry, it's an absolute dogfight back there. It's a chess match up here. Which driver will blink first?
It's going to be who forces who in a mistake. Stutzman's got to get there to put the pressure on, but it looks like Jennings' car is just dialed in. He's made the correct adjustments all night long, but we see here Stutzman, a big run through the corner. Can he maintain the momentum off of it? It looks like he can. He gets there. He's trying his hardest.
That was a good
chunk. He's starting to pick up the pace through 3 and 4. Made up a lot of time there. He dives it in again, and now you see he's even closer on the back of Jennings.
Jennings got back to the power sooner, while Stutzman had an altered line with the lapper. That hurt Stutzman big time, the lapper.
He tried to take a wider line to get down to the bottom, had to break it a little more than he probably wanted to. And Jennings pulls away about a half a second clear now I don't know if Stutzman's going to have anything to get back there as we're coming to 5 to go.
Look at this absolute mess back here for the 4th position on back. My goodness. Causey, Markle, Berger, Service, Pratt, Velzy, Bothwell.
And what a race of attrition
4
there from
wide.
88. 4 wide with the lap down car of Jeremy Poole there. And what a race of attrition for the 88 car. 3 wide down the backstretch. Markle sends it through the middle.
Pratt still trying to work that bottom side. Service holding station up front. And now Stutzman has really lost time to Jonathan Jennings.
And Stutzman's car's all dancing all over the track.
At
Or not
71.
Stutzman, that's the 75 of Pratt. Pratt was dancing all over the track. But yeah, Stutzman has lost a lot of time now. He might be in danger of losing second place to Schumacher.
Yeah, Schumacher becomes ever more bigger in the mirror of Jeremiah Stutzman. The battling back here seemed to subside slightly. Here comes Causey now peeking back to the inside of Berger. 3 laps to go from SoCal.
3 laps to go, and it looks like Schumacher has caught Stutzman. That battle for second place will kick off, but we stay with this big pack behind that battle. These guys are jostling for position.
Schumacher
every
just
single
blows
lap.
by Stutzman.
I wonder if Stutzman got the wall, or maybe he ate up his tires. I'm not too sure. But, yeah, that 71 machine has really fallen off.
Two laps to go. Still Service holding on to 4th. Did they catch Stutzman? I don't know if they're actually going to catch Stutzman. I don't know if they're traveling at a rate quick enough. But wow, the blanket you could throw over this pack of cars.
It has been non-stop action here. This is, look what it looked like at the front of the pack at the beginning of the race. And they maintain it here, even though it's not for the win, but for ever vital points as we head closer and closer to the regular season. I know we're only 3 races in, but every point matters. And if you can get them, you got to get them where you can. Here's Causey. He gets loose off of 4.
The white flag presented by Whiplash Sim Cams. For this driver of the number 91, Jonathan Jennings. He came into today's race as the points leader. Now in his 3rd start in the Outlaws Sim Series, looking to improve upon that 9-point advantage he had coming into tonight's event. Now half a lap to go before he can claim his first ever Outlaws Sim Series victory. The pole at Daytona, the great run to stick it with Schumacher and Causey at Canadian Tire. It'll pay off. 3rd time's a charm. Jonathan Jennings is a race winner in the Outlaw Sim Series.
Jonathan Jennings gets it done. Adrian Schumacher gets 2nd, and Jeremiah Stutzman is able to hold on to 3rd. And it is a mayhem back here for 4th, 5th, 4th through. I mean, geez, that's back almost to 12th.
Jonathan Jennings put on a great show tonight. He stayed with it. A driver who was consistently with inside the top 10 all day. He had to fend off a hard-charging Jeremiah Stutzman. It's paid off.
Yeah, and a sign of respect there from Stutzman. He gets behind Jennings, and Jennings is going to get the donuts in early. He dives it off of 4. He's already in the grass trying to get this car dirty.
A bit of a congratulatory bump there from Scott Bailey. Jonathan Jennings, again, just came into this series, this season, and he's been nothing but lights out. Again, pole at Daytona, 2nd at Canadian Tire, and a win in his 3rd start. Unbelievable.
Yeah, it looks like he's doing a nice little photo up here in the Jersey Mike Subs car at 91 Machine, sitting at the front stretch of Auto Club. What a great job from Jennings. Now we're going to get some donuts, possibly. Oh, he's going to get with his teammate, I believe.
How about it?
The teammate burn out there to get the these cars spinning, and now here he goes. Now Jennings going to get the donuts in, or maybe not. Speak too soon. He's headed right to victory lane, Emerson.
Why not? What a job from Jonathan Jennings, and he'll go ahead, he'll park it right there in victory lane. I think it's time. Let's just go ahead. Oh, he'll pull it off the track there. I don't see him, but now I do. We'll bring him on up. We'll bring him here. Driver of the number 91, Jonathan Jennings. Third time's a charm. Third start and a race win in the Outlaws Sim Series. How about it?
How you doing? Ooh, man, I'm not feeling good. I didn't think I'd make it through the whole race, much less win it.
Well, battling some extra adversity there. I think that makes this one count a little bit more for you. 21 laps led, a hard-charging Stutzman there at the end. What's going through your mind those final laps as the 71 continues to close in on you lap after lap?
I was afraid he was saving his tires and gonna make a run there in the last few laps. I just kept running my pace and hoping for the best. I race Corey a lot. He's smart.
Yeah, absolutely. Jeremiah Stutson, one of the cleanest drivers in the series. Wasn't going to do anything, I guess, boneheaded, drivers would say. But right. You got the pole at Daytona. You showed up at Canadian Tire. You said you weren't that much of a road course race. You got your second place finish. That gave you a 9-point advantage just coming into tonight's race. And you get the race win. You're off to an amazing start to season, Jonathan. I mean, what can you attribute that to?
Teamwork. There's a lot of people in Last Chance Racing working together, and actually with the 00, the 11, 22, all those guys part of the team was up front.
Absolutely. We're going to unfortunately break a little bit of your momentum here. We're going to go into a little bit of a break here for the iRacing Build Week, and we'll be right back with the Nashville Fairgrounds. But again, 3 completely different tracks to start the season. Then you head into a 6/10 mile old horse track that's been paved. How do you feel about the Nashville Fairgrounds coming up and the rest of the schedule at that?
Ooh, I like short tracks, but it can be bad night for points. But stay out of trouble and do the best I can. That's all I can do.
Fair enough. Well, Jonathan, again, your third Outlaw Sim Series start. You get your first career Outlaw Sim Series victory under the lights at SoCal. Who do you have to thank? Who do you have to shout out for getting the job done tonight?
Last Chance Racing, my teammates, all those guys, my brother, he helped me a lot. You guys up in the booth, and Adam for doing all of this.
Absolutely.
So, it's been a blast so far.
Well, Jonathan, congratulations. You're off to an amazing start. Continue to do what you do. Hopefully, we're talking to you more and more later on this season, Jonathan. Best luck to you. Enjoy the off week and celebrate hard, bud.
Thank you.
Driver of the number 91, Jonathan Jennings. What a race, and what a phenomenal job he did to hold on to that one, Devin. You're going to be talking to the driver who was one spot shy of going back-to-back. Driver of the number 82, Adrian Schumacher, Devin.
Yeah, here's the number 82, Adrian Schumacher. He brings it home second tonight, one shy of what he got last week at Canadian Tire. Adrian, you come home second. You get a first and a second in a row here. How are you feeling about the race tonight?
That was probably the most fun I've ever had, like racing-wise. I don't know, it was just fun. God.
I mean, we've said it before that this car with the increased horsepower, the low downforce, it makes for some amazing driving and some amazing passes and just amazing racing all together. You got kind of mired there in the middle of that big giant pack. Did you have any inclination that you might make your way through it and get up here to second?
I was gonna stick with Markle, Max, Seth, but I the fresh tires started to come in, so I took advantage of that. Um, 5 more laps, I think. Well, give or take 10 laps, I would have caught the leader.
Yeah, it looks like the 99 or the 91 was on rails there at the end. You saw Jeremiah Stutzman and the 91 of Jennings really escape from you guys after I believe it was Pratt and the 00 there, Joyner, kind of collecting the wall and each other a bit. Was that kind of worrisome when that happened as far as you guys falling so far back?
Um, we weren't. I thought we were just gonna draft right up to them because uh, how much more speed you have in a pack, but yeah, that didn't happen.
Yeah, that was something that we were talking about too that we thought we might see, but it just did not happen. But overall, I mean, you got first last week, you get second this week. A great start to the season overall. How do you keep that momentum going through the bye week as you know we had an off week next week and then we come back for Nashville Fairgrounds?
Yeah, just gotta keep consistent, like I've been doing. Still meeting my goals, win on road courses, podiums, everywhere else, and see where I end up.
Well, I mean, I think that is the name of the game to get the best points you can get all season. I mean, top three finishes have got to count a lot, and you have done it well, my friend, so far. Before we let you go here, we're going to give you the floor to shout out whoever you got to shout. Thank you, whoever you have to thank for getting it done tonight.
Yeah, I gotta thank Adam setting this up. You guys for broadcasting and all of Swift Racing.
Well, you heard it there. Swift Racing, Adrian Schumacher coming home second tonight, Emerson. Another great drive from the 82 machine. That only leaves the 71 machine there of Jeremiah Stutzman, who brings it home in third. It looks like he was going to run him down for a minute. Maybe we can find out what actually happened to the 71.
Certainly we will. Jeremiah Stutzman, who won this race back in season 1, he led one lap today, really put a hard charging fight there to Jonathan Jennings there at the end, but it was not enough to get it done. Jeremiah, 3 straight top 10s to start the season, the only driver to finish in the top 10, all 3 races so far this season. Pretty good start to the season, but ultimately not what you wanted tonight. Kind of describe how tonight went for you, man.
Well, I was surprising how off the pace I was at the start of it, but we slowly got our way up there.
Yeah, we saw a lot of people we'd expected up towards the front, a lot really out of that Performance Sim Sport camp, and then as the race went on, you all kind of, I'd say as a team, kind of started working your way forward, starting to show your noses more in the top 10. What was that process like? Obviously, it's a new car, so mostly everybody is still learning. But to you, what was that process like to go from you know to learn how to be fast in a brand new car here?
Just watching people, see who you can trust, who you can race around. There were definitely a couple of cars that were questionable out there that I didn't really want to hang around for very long. So just finding a group, running, learning what works, and it worked out at the end.
Seemingly so. The ebb and flow between your battle with Jonathan Jennings really showed. We had a little graphic up that showed the gap between you and Jennings for the majority of this final or that final run that y'all were battling it out. You got down to about 1.5 tenths at one point, Well, what was really the deciding blow in that battle? What was it? Just tire wear to the right front, or what happened?
Yeah, I think I burnt the right front up getting back through the pack. I think I restarted like fifth or something. I was right there and then lost all the track position and trying to get that back while he just led the race kind of put me in a hole and I couldn't get back out of it. And then we was lapping the 32, I think, and I thought we was closer than that. It looked really close to my point, but he gave me plenty of room. It just I couldn't enter the corner the way I needed to there, and I lost his draft, and that was it.
Yeah, it seemed like that as well. Was really shocked how just the position of the 32 car kind of put a bow tie on that whole battle. But you came into tonight's race second in points, 9 back of Jennings. Obviously, you lost ground to Jennings, but again, be the only driver with 3 straight top 10s. So it should definitely keep you up there in the point standings. Into the bye week next, and then into Nashville Fairgrounds the following week. How you feeling about the Fairgrounds and then the rest of the schedule at VAT and your chances to keep the 71 up there in the points?
I'd see it ending. I'm not very good at the short track, so it's just more about survival and hope I'm there at the end.
Well, fair enough. Jeremiah, a great run tonight again. Keeping the top 10 streak alive thus far into the bye week. Who do you have to shout out? Who do you have to thank for getting it done thus far?
Just thank you guys for broadcasting, Adam for putting it on, and that's about it. Teammates. Nice to have teammates that actually want to help.
Isn't that great? All right. Well, Jeremiah, we'll leave you to it. Once again, congratulations on the podium finish tonight and a good points day. Hopefully we're talking to you a little bit more later on this season. Have a good bye week, and yeah.
All right, see ya.
Driver of the number 71, Jeremiah Stutzman, to round out the podium finishers tonight, Devin. Just wow. We were treated to quite the spectacle. I'm going to have to double check post-race to see if this number is correct, but I want to take a look at the lead changes real quick. 21 lead changes, 7 cautions. I mean, it doesn't get much better than that, Devin.
No, it doesn't. I mean, we've just seen it. We're starting to see it all over the whole iRacing simulator that this car is producing some of the best overall racing that we've ever seen in NASCAR since I can remember, when you really have to be on top of the wheel at the top of your game each and every lap. Otherwise you lose it. But when you are at the top of the game and the guys around you are, it produces some phenomenal action on the track. And we said it early in the broadcast, I believe you did, Emerson, that NASCAR got this car right.
Absolutely. Well, I think it's time we take a look at the race results and see how this crazy night came to an end. Jonathan Jennings with the victory, a 2.1 second margin of victory over Adrian Schumacher. Jeremiah Stutzman third. Seth Berger, a nice 4th place finish in the stage win should propel him up from 34th into points a little bit. Andrew Pratt comes on 5th. Garrett Velzy 6th. Some amazing runs from Pratt and Velzy there. I'm very, very pleased to see the pace they brought to the track today, and hopefully it's a sign with this new car that we may get some more parity up here throughout the season. Joseph Kiazi with the 7th place finish. Max Service 8th. Tyler Markle 9th, and Brad Bothwell rounds out the top 10. Devin?
Yeah, and then we're going to hit the 11th. Scott Bailey, who was we thought was one of the best contenders to try and get this win. Unfortunate for him, he's not able to stay up there and maintain his position, having gotten loose at the beginning of that last run. Greg Holt, who had a rough night 3 times through the grass, comes from 12th. 13th, Ronnie Joyner, another front runner we thought had a great chance at it. Andrew St. Coeur, with the issues that he had, brings it home 14th. Eric Peck, who was leading for a bit, brings it home 15th. Jeremy C. Poole was our first car off the lead lap. He was 7 laps down back in 16th. He had a troublesome night. Kevin Thompson also a troublesome night, 9 laps down in 17th. Adam Gardner, 11 laps down in 18th. Doug Solms, not able to continue his great runs of the season so far. He brings it home 19th. 16 laps down, and Randall Barnett is 20th, 20 laps down.
Continuing Heartbreakers Row, Jacob Reeves, 27 laps off the pace in 21st position. Nathan Aldridge comes home 22nd, 41 laps down. Matthew Satzer, 23rd, 59 down. Zoltan Herzog had an early exit, 24th, 67 laps down. Joshua Stroud, 25th, 75 laps off the pace, along with James Gillard in 26th. We'll add one more lap to the lap count, or I guess subtract one more lap from the lap count of Seth Fitzpatrick and Rob Pendleton, 27th and 28th. Derek McMurtry almost went over. He'll come home 29th, 86 laps off the pace. And Jason Miz, 30th, 90 laps down.
Yeah, then we get even more heartbreakers for these guys. Decided to call it quits early. Andrew Schroeder, 100 laps down at 31st. John Mickey, 32nd, 105 laps down. Farron Elam Jr. racing with a heavy heart, but unfortunately involved in the very first incident of the race. Decided to call it quits. 33rd, 106 laps down. Matt Rogers, 34th, 107 laps down. And Devin Smith, he's 35th, 117 laps down.
Well, Devin, it was a wild night tonight. And honestly, I could not have been... I think for 122 laps, we were thoroughly entertained from start to finish, all 122 laps. At Auto Club, a track that we all thought, or we're all used to, long green flag runs, fields getting spread out, and we had our fair share of cautions, but we had amazing racing. And of course, the cautions are just going to happen when you have so many cars running so close, Devin. Just once again, I mean, I know we've had, restrictor plate track, or I guess they don't restrict plates anymore, so I guess you could call it tapered spacer tracks. A high bank super speedway, a road course, and a 2-mile D-shaped oval to start the season. And we're gonna go into a bye week, then we hit a short track. But I mean, Devin, how excited are you just for what's to come after the bye?
Yeah, we kind of get a taste of all 4 different worlds that NASCAR tackles. You know, the big high banks of Daytona, an intermediate oval, a road course, and then a short track. So we're gonna get to see all 4 of them in the very first 4 races of the season. So you get to see how this car is. And, you know, the majority of NASCAR is those intermediate 1.5, 2-mile ovals. And if this is any indication of what we're going to see the rest of the way, it is going to be an entertaining ride every single race of the season. I mean, that was some amazing racing from beginning to end for these drivers. And yes, some of them ended up on the short end of the stick getting involved in wrecks, but overall, the racing itself, I mean, you heard the drivers up front talk about it, some of the most fun they've had in iRacing since they began.
And that's the biggest thing. Yeah, it's fun to, buy a steering wheel and sim rig and an iRacing membership and feel like, you're driving a real race car. But the fact that these drivers are sitting there and are actually able to enjoy lap after lap, even like losing momentum and gaining spots and losing spots, just having the ability to pass, to put the car where they want it, and learn and maneuver from lane to lane and find speed, not just in one lane, and not be hampered by dirty air as badly, because unfortunately the problem of dirty air is never going to go away. Dirty air is just disturbed air, and no matter what shape the car in front of you is, you're just going to have a big block in front of another big block. But nonetheless, a great step in the right direction for NASCAR in real life, but I think for us, an amazing decision to go with the next generation Cup vehicle. We're going to have a lot of fun this year. 2022, probably going to be one of the most fun years iRacers have on the sim. With that being said, yeah.
I agree. I was say I agree.
That being said, we want to throw them a little earlier, but we'll go through them again. Had a little extra time in qualifying, but here is what's upcoming for us here at Pit Stop TV this Sunday night. The Superior Class Auto Racing GT1 Series has their season finale in the twisting, winding hills of Sonoma, California. Northern California brings the series to a close. A long stretch of Californian races to kind of wrap up this season. Then we'll take the week off for the iRacing Build Week. Then we'll be back the following week. Let me get this date correct for y'all. I believe that date for the North American Racing League will be March 15th. That's when we'll be back in action here on Pit Stop TV. March 15th, the North American Racing League from the Hungaroring. And we'll be back in action in 2 weeks' time, Devin, with the 4th round of the Outlaws Sim Series season with these next-gen vehicles at the old horse track paved, the Nashville Fairgrounds. Should be a grand old time. I also wanted, before we leave this game, I want to give a huge shout-out, because tonight was another doubleheader for Pit Stop TV. It's been a while since we've had a doubleheader on Pit Stop TV, but tonight, simultaneously, along with this Outlaws broadcast, we had the International Online Racing League IndyCars at Long Beach. Andrew Cardinale IV, Caleb Gladney, and I believe Jean-Paulo Costa brought that show to all of you here at Pit Stop TV. I'll have to double check to see if that ended before us or not, but nevertheless, a great job here. It's always amazing to get these big crews out for these double headers. It is a tough task to pull off 2 broadcasts at the same time. So a huge shout out to everybody. Me, Andrew, Caleb, João Paulo, and then Devin and Ed with me here tonight to bring 2 amazing races. Cannot wait to go back and rewatch how everything went down at virtual Long Beach, California. More California, man. There's all the racing circuits in California have been used this week, Devin.
Yeah, they definitely have, and it is some amazing racing that we have here on Pit Stop TV. Again, a doubleheader tonight, and I mean, it's just every single night it seems like there is an amazing race going on with some great drivers in every single one of the leagues that we broadcast here on Pit Stop TV. And yeah, you can catch all of that on our social medias, the Facebook.com /Pit Stop TV, Instagram.com/Pit_Stop_TV, Twitter.com /Pit Stop TV_, and YouTube.com/C/Pit Stop TV1. Also catch us on Twitch, where the simultaneous race was tonight. Twitch.tv/Pit_Stop_TV.
Right on, Devin. Absolutely. Also, our brother Ed Scher was rocking the social media coverage tonight. Check out all of his amazing updates on Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter this evening. I guess, that's going to do it here from the virtual Southern California. We're happy to have had you all here tuning in and joining us for tonight's action. We hope you enjoyed tonight's broadcast. Huge shout out to all of our partners here at Pit Stop TV. That, of course, is Tucson Sound Art, Permanent Makeup and Corral Main, Whiplash Media, and BAM Racing Videos. We're all at Pit Stop TV. Devin Zimmerman beside me on the mic. Edward Scher on our social media coverage. I'm Emerson Arden. Thank you all for tuning in, and we'll see you in 2 weeks' time at the Nashville Fairgrounds or Sunday night for the SCAR season finale at Sonoma.